There we go. Okay. Here we are again. So, it's funny though. Like I think about it when I'm sitting there stretching just now. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, okay, the intro's just finishing playing out, all that sort of stuff. I get done with the intro, and I press the start button while I'm going to walk around, and I press the start button, and I hear that weir weir weir, the little sound effect that they have that they play when you press start on the title screen. And I go to walk around my room so that I can stretch my legs out a little bit before I start, and I'm like, why does this feel nostalgic? I didn't play this game when I was a kid. It's because it sounds almost exactly like the Kingdom Hearts sound effect when you start a new game. Starting to think there's a little trend going on here. Just a thought. Oh boy. I mean, I said it before. This is a game where you start out in an island area, relatively idyllic civilization, only to be wrenched from your own world to go to someplace else. And yeah, Kingdom Hearts kind of did that too. So it's not really overly shocking that they would share some DNA. I feel like it's more than a little DNA though. There's a lot of cases where it's like, which game am I staring at? Like the only way you'll know from an outsider's perspective is, oh, this game came out on the PS1 versus the other one came out on the PS2. This one has worse graphics, therefore it must be Chrono Cross. Anyway, I took a drink, so let's get moving. Because we have some ground to cover. We have a boat now, so that's neat. But if I just took the boat to exactly where our destination is next, would I really be playing this JRPG right? Now, you know what we have to do. Now that we can explore the world map, we have to go out and do some exploration. And, well, the world, as far as I know, isn't in imminent peril, because if it was, Chrono, Luca, and Marley would be here. But I guess we could use this excuse to go do side quests. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Chrono Cross, the stream edition. Last time, we got done with Viper Manor. I made a decision, but I'll talk about that in a second. We got done with Viper Manor. The furry OC showed his face and became the main villain of at least this section of the game. And in the event that I could save Kid, I chose not to, because how the hell am I supposed to know how to save someone's life when there's no antidote in this world and no way for me to get to my world to see if there is one in mine? What am I supposed to do? So now we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do next. And apparently, while we let Kid rot to death from the poison, some hero we are, we get to go to Fort Dragonia, which is over there-ish, right there. But before we can go there, we have to go to the Hermit's Hideaway Island. And in the process of getting ready to go to the Hermit's Hideaway Island, I recruited our third party member, a literal flower child. And I made the decision in between last time and this time that usually when I play this game, I recruit just the characters that I actually want to use in battle, because that's usually all I do. I don't really evenly switch up the party I mean, there's 45 people in this game that you can use at any given time in a group of 3. That's like a lot. That is a lot of potential combinations, like hundreds of thousands of combinations, if not millions. I know Surge has to be one of them, but like lots of combinations of potential people that you can use as recruits. But in between last time and this time, I thought about it and I said, kind of thinking about it, it might be like part of the fun, I think, in this game is not necessarily in investing in a core group of characters so much as it is trying out a bunch of different ones. You know what I mean? Like they all are it's as wide as an ocean and as deep as a puddle, in my opinion. But yeah, I think part of the fun is that, where it's less about here's the deep story that each of these characters have, and more about hey, I wonder what combination of weird and wacky folks I can have Surge recruit to help his cause today and, you know, use them in a dungeon or use them in a dungeon. Now, I won't be doing that. But if you choose to do that, it would be remiss of me not to help you figure out where to find these people. So with that, we're going to go back into Termina, and I'm going to grab Greco again. I'm just going to speed right through his dialogue recruitment because we saw this last time. But I'm going to go back through as we're exploring around today and generally just faffing about trying to find enough iron to make a glove and 2 more vests for the rest of my party. Oh yeah, you know, actually, while I'm here, I might as well look at Fiona's fortune. But yeah, while I'm generally faffing about, I think it's a good idea to go and try to recruit all the optional characters that are available for me to recruit right now so that I can show you, at the very least, if you want to use them, I can show you where you can get them so that you can stick them in your party. There are a few that I just can't recruit right now. There's one that is available, but I need an item from back home, and there's no way for us to get back home right now, so he's kind of out of the picture at the moment. There's one that I'm not going to recruit just yet because it's the egg that I was talking about in Fossil Valley. That'll hatch into a party member later, but I don't want to recruit it yet because the dodo that, you kill, and therefore make all the dodos eventually go extinct in this world, has a summon that we can get later. We don't have access to summons just yet, but later on when we get higher level magic, we will have access to summons. So I don't want to kill it and cause the dodos to become extinct until it's like, hey, at least I can get a summon out of it. Then I have a not even remotely justifiable excuse to commit these things to extinction, but at the very least I can show you where to get the summon then, and then feel bad about committing the dodos to extinction. But that's literally what they're named for, so... yeah, so basically while we're faffing around, I'm going to go try to recruit the characters that are available to us right now. And one of the reasons why I decided to do this is because one of the characters that I've been not finding the pieces of recently is literally a scavenger hunt. And as far as I'm aware, at this point when you get the boat, this is the earliest that you can put the guy back together and recruit him to the party. So we're going to try to do that. Before we do that, let's have our fortune read, and we'll have Fiona's fortune read. What do you have to say about my literal flower child? Oh, fair enough. Oh, that's it? Okay, I guess so. I mean, I didn't expect much considering the fact that she's, you know, got about 4 lines of dialogue in the game, but, you know. I don't know, I haven't had a Viper Churro. 100 gold for a churro? I pay 100 gold to get some random material that I use in order to buy, like, my weapons. What do you... Like, it cost me 100 gold to make a bronze vest. Yes, that's too much. Man, I'd love to charge 69 gold here, but I know the exact amount. Like, there's an interim amount where you want it to be between 50 and 60 gold. Actually, I'm just going to set to 56 just in case it's between 55 and 60 gold. But I know it's somewhere in like the upper 50s, but not above 60 is where you would want to charge for a Viper Churro. And if you set it to this, he'll give you a reward later, so... Yeah, I mean, you're taking a hit, but I'm sure they'll sell faster for you if you do that, trust me. So characters that are left on the table right now, the ones that we cannot recruit, are the other 2 guides. So Nikki is not recruitable, Pierre, not recruitable. And the 3 characters that are available on the Save Kid route, which are Korcha, a green innate named Razali, and a yellow innate named Mel, which I think is bizarre, because you do the Save Kid route, you get 2 thieves on the Save Kid route. You get Kid back, 1, and 2, you get another thief, but you don't get that other thief until after you've already got Kid back, so... Why? Like, okay, so the thought process I would have if I'm designing this game is like, okay, well, you're not going to go save Kid. Maybe stick the other thief on this route, because then you have access to steal things, and it's not like you're just losing out on that because you decided to be a dickhead. And I understand, okay, well, you know, if you're going to... The problem that I have is that they put that option in the game, right? It's like, okay, well, if you're going to be a dickhead, I'm not going to reward you with the ability to steal. But it's like, you put the choice in the game. And you're going to railroad me from not picking one of the two options. Like it turns into the problem that I have, right? I can't really talk too much about it, is that Chrono Cross does that a lot. And eventually it turns into, it doesn't feel like coincidence that they're punishing you for certain things. It feels like they're doing it on purpose because they want you to do something and then you don't do it and they're like, how dare you? Even though they put the option there for you to do it. I can't talk about it very much right yet though, because there's only been like 2, this might be the 3rd instance where that happens. And I mean, I guess 3 strikes and you're out, but like, yeah. I'll talk about it more later. I will have plenty of time to talk about it during the credits, so. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, I got Greco on the last episode just to show everybody where you could recruit him, and then I reloaded. Instead of doing that, I'm going to actually get him in the party now. I probably should have done this off-screen, but I've been doing chemistry homework all day, and I'm only about 2/3 of the way done with it. So, okay, not all day. I went shopping today as well to get my groceries for the week, but... you know. So we're just going to fly through this one because we've already seen it. And then we'll go for the new stuff. Sure, why not? You can assist me by tagging into the reserves of my party. So we'll just leave Greco in the back with everybody else for now. But, I mean, we've got 8 characters so far, so that's not too bad. We will add to that amount shortly. How many more are we going to get? I don't know exactly. I'll have to look as we go. I know we're going to get at least 1 more. So. Sounds like a plan. You keep doing what you're doing, and I'll go work with what I'm currently working with. Alright, so now I just need to remember where we... find all the other pieces. I know we have to go back to Fossil Valley in order to get the first piece, so I don't know if you have to get the first piece first. I would imagine not, but just in case you do, I think I'm going to go back there and just get the first piece first, and then I think I remember where all the rest of them are. There's one that's actually in Viper Manor, but I don't want to go back in there just yet, because there's actually something that we can get. Like, I need to do a little bit more of a thorough explanation of Viper Manor, because there's a couple of things that we can get now in there that I did not get previously. So, but first, let's go back to Fossil Valley. And actually, I think I also need to go back to the Hydra Marshes, because I think one of the pieces is on the first screen there, or maybe it's the second screen. I don't know. Guess we'll find out, won't we? At this point, by the way, since we got the big bonus on the previous stream for everybody, we don't actually need to do any fighting, so I'll probably mostly be avoiding the fights around here, if possible. So. Holy shit, a talking head! What do you mean someone like me? Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, I guess I can count my blessings then, at least I remember where I came from. Yours is a little worse than mine. Sure, why not, I guess. Yeah. Well, listen, I could probably carry you, I don't... Well, I'll do the best I can, my bag only has so much room. He wasn't kidding, he's real heavy! But, yeah, anyway, so the reason why they had the, exorcists, well, they were gonna have Greco come out here, is because Skelly was making noise. And because this dragon's skull is here, those are the fossils, by the way, the dragons that were around here. Because the dragon's skull was here, it was magnifying his sound, so... yeah, so they needed to do something about that, and now they have. But there's, Did they say his name yet? His name is Skelly. That's, what the Heavy Skull's name is. We'll get to that soon enough, but anyway, yeah, so that's that. Here's the safety gear, by the way, which we'll have access to for the rest of this. It's a fancy, like, contamination suit from, like, when there's nuclear waste that has to be dealt with. Just to show again where the egg that I was talking about before is, by the way. It is right over here. Dodo guarding it. Take the egg, Dodo gets pissed. Dodo will try to kill you. You can get off the screen with the egg without fighting the Dodo. Matter of fact, you probably just run away from the Dodo now that I think about it, so I don't really think that's a big problem. And the dodo's not that hard to kill. Wouldn't use elements on it. It has a tendency to get really pissed when you use elements on it, and then it counters with a fairly strong attack. Probably at this point that attack wouldn't be very strong, but, you know. But if you want that, just be prepared, because that means that you'll have less access to the summon that the dodo has available. So, what else? So Hydra Marsh is next. Go back. I'm just gonna try to remember. Like, I'm trying to basically just feel out. I don't remember exactly where the other piece is here. But we have the safety gear, so it shouldn't be too hard to find it. I don't think it's here, though. I think we have to go up and around in order to get to it. By the way, those enemies over there are not the one that was directly next to me just there, but these enemies that are right in this area here are centipeds, and you can fight them to... oh, this is a slope. Okay. Yeah, you can fight them, and I think, if I remember correctly, they'll use the Earthquake element on you, so they can be pretty tough. It's a level 5 yellow element spell, so that can be pretty powerful. I don't know, I mean, there's actually something you can do about it, but only if you have access to a level 5 element, or a level 5 slot for an element, I should say. Please excuse me, I'm going to look up the FAQ. From Shotgun Nova, so I can look up the location of the whatchamacallit, OP01. Okay. Yes, just so I have an exact location for what I'm looking for here. Okay, it's up on the one-way slope there, so there's a pond and then... Okay, got it. So we got to go all the way back around, but that's fine. Shouldn't be a huge deal. We'll just walk around all the enemies and we'll be good to go. Probably should have gotten this before, but I wasn't planning on actually getting this guy all put together, so... just trying to face that, but sure, you can just do it this way. Let's see, can I get there from here? Is this like a shortcut? Something like that. It looks like it on the map, so we'll find out. There's a wraith here. That doesn't appear to take me anywhere. Oop, except the wraith. Alright then. So we just got to find our way to the, whatchamacallit, and then we'll be good. Fair enough. I probably should have gone and done the other little section that we can do here in order to get the Iron Glove first before we then did this, but, you know, it's fine. Well, we almost got him. Probably shouldn't even be bothering with this fight, to be honest, but, you know. It's just one wraith. It won't take very long, so... Plus then we can get, I mean, that's 500 gold, that's nothing to sneeze at. We have plenty of money at this point, but, you know. A little bit extra. Okay, so this is not, that's not an exit, that's a dead end. Alright, fair enough. Let's see what this is. A tablet. Let me look at where that is on the map so I know where I'm at. It says it's right around here, actually. Maybe over here somewhere? Maybe it's in like a chest down here. Maybe it's in the chest that's down here, actually, because this should be, yeah, right here. Nope, that's copper. Okay, so the one-way slope is right next to the copper. All right. There's a tunnel near the pond, and that's where the backbone is. Okay. So let's go have a look. A tunnel. Maybe this one? Yep. I was going to say, this is pretty good backbone. Alright, well, maybe you'll see your grandma eventually anyway. We'll try to figure that part out. I think he actually has to go see his grandma. I know where she is because I remember it from... I think I recruited him at one point. But we can have you go see your grandma later on in the game. Or I'm not sure if that's used to get his level 7 tech now that I'm thinking about it. But if it is used to get his level 7 tech, I probably won't do it on screen because I feel like for me, it's like, okay, if I'm not going to use them, the thing about level 7 techs, personal skills, I've been kind of referring to them as that, but the personal skills for each character, you get their level 3, and generally speaking, their level 5, without really having to do anything. As long as they get their star levels, they can get their first 2 personal skills. Their final personal skill, you generally only get through side quests. So, in his case, you have to go see his grandma, and then he'll get his level 7 tech. I think. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's where you get it. So, if you want it, you'd have to go do that. But obviously, you're going to have to put them together first before you do that. So, let me think about this. There is nothing in the manor of his, I don't think. Is it just head, spine, ribs? Let's see, ribs, mixed bones. I thought there was a femur or something in there too. Yeah, I gotta go back to Goldove to get the femur. Okay. Well, no time like the present. Let's go grab our boat and finally put it to use, shall we? Because I don't think there's anything else for us on the mainland right now. Other than, well, I guess the mainland is where Termina and stuff is. Or not Termina. Oh god, where was the Millennial Fair? Poor and the location that you start Chrono Trigger at. That place. So. But anyway. Here you go, Fiona. You get to have your first experience on the water. So now we get to see the world map in full. And we get to see that Goldove is actually right over here. So let's go pull in. We'll grab the... There we go. We'll grab the bone that this lady was talking about. Thanks, maybe later. Oh, never mind. You have to trade with her in order to get her to talk about the bone. I would imagine, anyway. There we go. I just pressed the circle button by accident because I was scratching my nose, but there we go. It's what I wanted to do anyway. I didn't need the materials, so... now I have an excuse to do it, so sure, why not? And, okay, there it is, the pelvic bone. That's what we were looking for. I said, that's what we were looking for. I don't know how much of Cole's background noise you can actually hear right now. But there you go. Anyway, apparently he likes squid gut pasta in life, so that probably means he lived a life of excess, which seems strange for a man with a clown nose, but I get the impression that even in medieval times, jesters didn't make a ton of money. I could be wrong about that. That's just the impression that I get. Oh, Gaia's Navel. That place sounds fancy, but it's, well, I would say grayed out, but it's actually pinked out, which means you can't actually enter it for right now. So, however, we can go to Water Dragon Isle. Sounds like a fun place. Excuse me. Good place for blue innate people to go. And we have a blue innate. We have, oh. Okay. Well, something tells me this place is not quite as watery as it could, in fact, be. A few days ago? What happened to all of it? Oh. The weather? Alright, I guess that's something. Is this a chest right here? No. There are quite a few chests around here, though, and they all contain iron, so we're gonna go looking around for that. And what did you come up with? Yeah, probably. Probably not going to be very easy to get your research done if Poor's like, this is a military operation, get the hell out of here. How do I get down to that iron there? chest down there, but I don't know how to reach it. Ah, nope, hang on, wait, hold on. Okay, I see it, I think. There's a little spot right here that you can climb. Yeah. Well, that's a little harder to get at than I would have wished, but there you go. There's 1 iron for us anyway. There should be 3 more around. Are you an enemy? Yes, you are. Okay. Didn't expect that. It was just random guys wandering around here. I'd expect that there wouldn't just be random enemies wandering around here as well, but okay. Scorpiod. Alright, anyway. Run away! We don't need the experience, run away! We also have the iron now, so like, you know, that makes it a lot easier for Fiona to do Fiona things, so. Alright, so I think, as I say, I think there's another iron around here, but I'm not sure if we can get to it from here. Oh, I guess so, yeah. Alright. That researcher, I think, right there is the one that gives us the bone for Skelly. I might not have a choice. I might have to kill this one, especially if he wants to hang out right there. Yep. I mean, I could probably just run away from him, but why not just take him out so that he's not in my way again, you know? That feels like an easier way of doing this. So, what do we got? Just you, huh? Alright, I don't really have anything particularly good against you, so I'll just poke until you go away. Pretty sturdy, actually. Fiona, why don't you take a few hits at him? Nice. Yeah, pretty sturdy for a reason. He's got some good HP there, so. Okay, he's still standing. That's fine. I don't know his exact HP total, but we could probably find out later what his HP total is. There is a skill that you can use later on in the game that lets you see enemy HP. But generally speaking, I don't really find that all that useful. For one thing, it's like a level 6 spell. So, like, that's a lot of element power to just use up randomly in order to just decide, okay, here's the enemy HP. Like, usually it's like, okay, Libra is like a level 1 spell in pretty much every Final Fantasy, so why is this a level 6 spell? And it only tells enemy HP. It doesn't say anything else about them. So it's like, what's the point here exactly? So that's the first thing. But the second thing is just, yeah, generally speaking, I don't care what the enemy's HP is. I'll just whack them upside the head until they fall over, you know? Like, it's not that kind of a game where it's that challenging, you know? So. Oh, okay, sure, that'll work. Let me get his ribs. I mean, I could tell based on the acrobatics. You couldn't tell that based on the clown costume? Well, I guess you don't have any eyes, so it's kind of hard to tell that you're wearing a clown costume. Fair enough. I'll retract that one. I think there's 2 more iron around here, if I remember correctly. I just gotta find it now. Is there any here? Is there like a little way through? Or... yeah, unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to... It's Water Dragon Isle, but there's no way to find any water dragons because, well, yeah, I mean, there's no water. So something tells me if the water dragon was here, they aren't anymore. Oh. Okay, well, we can get up here. But to what end? The map says that there's 2 more iron on this screen somewhere. What is this all about? Rosetta. Oh. So I'm guessing that the god isn't here anymore, huh? Or the water dragon. Well, thanks for the info. I think that Rosetta character is important if you do save Kid, but I could be misremembering. So that means you guys aren't enemies, right? You guys are just sprites wandering around? A small star. Huh. So a meteor of some kind. No, but seriously, where is the iron that's supposed to be here? See, because it says it's somewhere on the screen, but the map that is provided is not particularly descript in terms of like where the stuff could be. Okay, well, there's one of them. Do I need the other ones? Oh, and that's another thing that the fairies around here, they'll misconstrue the word very and just say fairy. That's fine, I guess. Whatever. Oh, hang on. Is this the other iron down here? No, that's just... Oh, I got a rock. So you're not an enemy. Uh-huh. Okay, fair enough. Is there iron here anywhere? No. We can't get up there. Can't get down there. Do I need this other iron? I'm just trying to think right now, like, if I need it to where I'm willing to actually go the trouble of finding this random chest that's around here somewhere that I cannot currently find. But anyway, I guess we can go up here so I can show you this. This mirror thing probably leads to where we need to go, but not where we need to go, but where we could go in order to get deeper into the island. But we don't have any way to get past the mirror, so we can't do anything about that. Is there like a hidden passage here? No. It looks like those cliffs can be used for something, but they're not, as far as I'm aware. Nope, hang on, here it is. There it is. Okay. We found all the iron on Water Dragon Isle after much ado. Honestly, the only reason why I was looking so hard for it was because it's iron, and right now... Well, okay, so iron's not really going to be at a premium for very much longer. The next dungeon that we go to, the enemies drop iron like people drink water, basically, so... we shouldn't have too many more problems with iron, but I figured I might as well find it while I'm here, just so that way I don't have to, you know, find it from them. Alright. Next stop on our world tour. Well, let's get back in the boat first. There we go. We could go to the El Nido Triangle. I guess why not? Might as well go take a look. Not a whole lot going on out here, though, unfortunately. And trust me when I tell you, if there was anything going on out here when we went directly into the middle of all three of those rocks, we would have found something, a convergence of dimensions or what have you. So we could go to Marble. It's probably not a bad idea. And then there's the Sea of Eden, but we can't go there right now because there's a very thick fog over the whole area. So I think this little island that looks like a crescent is something later as well, but actually let's pull back for now. We don't want to go there just yet. But we'll come back. Actually, since Marble is right down here anyway, near the fog is the next dungeon. I should just mention that there. So don't go there just yet, but we want to go to Hermit's Hideaway and a few other places before we go there. But let's go to Marble just to see what they've got there, because they've got some good stuff. I just don't know if I can buy it just yet. Marble? Hello? Where's the town? Did I pass it up? Yeah, I did pass it up. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Isn't it supposed to be right around here? Oh, okay. So, whoa, my God. Don't have to be so violent about it, man. Good Lord. I'm just trying to look around and find out what you guys have got going on here. Is that so bad? Just exploring. Really? Huh. What kind of a rumor? Like, the gates to heaven? Because the pearly gates generally don't mean survival. They generally mean death. Huh. Okay, I mean, fair enough. Well, that's interesting, I guess. We wouldn't have gotten that world building otherwise. Pardon me, sir. I'm just gonna go have a look around. I hope you don't mind. I forget which one of these. I think they pretty much all. Everybody just kind of says, "Oh, you're an ill omen. Get the hell out of here." But I think, if I remember correctly, one of these areas lets you like shop. So, is this a rainbow shell? Okay, but all right, fair enough. Yeah, I think one of these is a shop. Maybe I should talk to the NPC so I can see which one is a shop, because I know one of them is. I think one of them is, I should say. Wonder if the black dragon is in one of these. Probably in the very big one, huh? I would imagine. Well, let's go see what's in here first. Ah, this is the Elder's place. Okay. Yeah, I noticed. Okay, well, we can leave pretty soon. I guess these are both good questions to ask. We saw the Sea of Eden, but there's a fog over it, so we can't really go anywhere near it. What is it? I don't know, we just found it, so... Oh. Is that what causes the fog? The poisonous leaves? I would figure it would just be an impenetrable, thick ocean fog or something. What is that? You're talking in metaphors now, man. Okay. Time is reversed? Well, we won't be able to go there anyway, so... How about this black dragon that people were talking about? I wonder where it wanders. Maybe we'll find out about that later. For now, we don't really have any business with the dragons, but hey, I mean, they're important aspects of the El Nido lore, so we might as well take a look at them, you know? And this is where the black dragon slumbers. Something tells me waking him up is a bad idea, but yeah, I got nothing to lose. He's not responding. Getting his beauty rest. Can't say I blame him. Anyway, I think actually, now that I think about it, I think the vendor is in this pool over here. Because I remember having trouble finding this at one point, and then I didn't bother trying to check over here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, okay. I mean, for what it's worth, we have a demi-human in the party, if it makes you feel any better. Let's have a chat first before I buy anything. Well, fair enough. You sell some pretty good stuff, so... I can't say I blame you. I wonder who this G person is, because this is the bro of G. Or unless it's trying to say, like, bro of gold, in which case... Okay, sure. Why not? He does sell some real nice stuff, though. He'll sell capsules, which are better, obviously, than the tablets that we have been working with up to this point, other than the few capsules we got. We haven't really had much of a use for them, to be fair, because I haven't really needed to heal outside of battle, but, you know, they might be not that bad to have around. I can buy an extra medicine. I'd like to get up to 15 of all of these, so let's just start there. That's 14, so buy one of those. And, okay, let's buy 9 of these, because why not? We've got so much money at this point, I might as well just turn my pockets out for them, you know? This is what I was talking about before, how I said that these are not buyable. Well, it turns out you can actually just buy them right here in Marbles, so... And they're real cheap, too, so... Definitely worth your while to stock up on a few of these. I think I want... How many of these do I want? I feel like 4 of each would be sufficient, honestly, because, like, that way I have what I'd like to basically do is I'd like to have them on the people that are supporting Surge, because Surge is our main damage dealer throughout the entire game. He's mostly going to be focused on that. So, kind of for the other 2 party members that are with him, I would rather that they have the turn spells, because then they can turn him blue or turn him red, turn him green, what have you, depending on what the boss fight requires. And then we can use that to have Surge just inflicting as much damage as possible over the course of a fight. And then, you know, then maybe they can turn themselves a color if need be. Although if I'm going to do that, I might as well buy 6 of them. But let's see how much money I have to spend here. Oh, I've got over 16,000. I should be fine on that. So let's buy... well, I don't think we have enough room to have 6 of these yet, so maybe just... maybe we'll just get up to 4 for now for each of them. And then we'll go from there. It shouldn't turn my pocketbook out too much if I do this. So... And then there's probably a turn black somewhere around here, but if I'm going to buy only up to 4... Oh, I've already got one. Okay, so we have 1 of each already. I was going to say, since we don't have a turn black yet, but it turns out, yes, in fact, we do have a turn black, so never mind. But we'll buy up to a few more of them later when we actually need them. However, that's not all that the Bro of G sells here in Marble. He also... you know, while I'm thinking about it, let's buy some capsules, too. Might as well spend the money on something, you know. I mean, we've only spent like 1,000 or 1,400 since we started, so might as well spend that on a little bit. But the Bro of G also has a few other things, including some good buffs, some real good buffs. Not necessarily the field buffs like Magnify or Diminish, but he does have the single target buffs like Strengthen, which increases attack power, Weaken, which decreases the foe's attack power, Nimble and Numble. Don't worry about those, they just decrease evasion percentage. Never really a big problem, for reasons we'll talk about in a minute. High res for defense, low res to decrease the opponent's defense. I think I might want to grab a couple of these eventually for Surge. Weaken, maybe, but more like... Well, really, I don't think he necessarily needs low res, because if I give him a turn spell, and then I give him the other buff that I'm thinking about getting, and then maybe a Strengthen or something or two, I don't really think he'll need low res all that badly, to be honest. I might not even bother with Strengthen personally. I might just get Weaken, like a couple of these, and then just stick them on Surge. What I'm thinking I might do is I might stick Weaken in 2 of his spell slots, like 1 on level 1 and 1 on level 2, just so that way he has access to them, and he can... My plan, since I want the other 2 characters to support Surge, now this is just the plan that I've made over since the last stream, is that I'll give Surge the debuffs, and I'll give the other 2 characters the buffs. So that way Surge can kind of build up his element power, weaken the enemy, and then the other 2 can buff him, and then he can continue to weaken the enemy while slamming them for a whole bunch of damage. So we'll see if that works out. The main buff that I mean, Strengthen's pretty good, so that would probably be one that I would say is a good idea to buy, but it doesn't give the same bonus as the turn spells. The turn spells just give you a flat bonus to your damage because you have a super effective offensive hit while they're in effect. Strengthen, while in effect, increases attack power. But the more buffs that you start stacking, the harder it is to maintain all of them, because they only last for a certain amount of stamina, and that includes other party members' stamina. So I think the number is 32. I could be wrong about that, but I think the number is 32. It lasts, each buff lasts for 32 stamina total. I think. I could be wrong about that, but the more buffs you stack, the harder it is to maintain all of them. So I would say Strengthen, you could get it. I'm going to try without it at first, because then I'm just going to have the turn spells. And this spell. Oh, Eagle Eye, the apple of my eye. There's also Bat Eye, which we could have gotten in the Hydra Marshes, which decreases the hit percentage of the enemy. But Eagle Eye is very nice. What it does is it's supposed to just increase your hit percentage by a certain percent. It buffs it by, I want to say, like, I don't think it's 25%, I think it's a little more than that. But it's a level 4 spell, but you can set it all the way down on level 1 if you so choose. It's supposed to be not as effective as a red element spell that you get later on called 99, which automatically sets your hit percentage to 99%. But it increases your accuracy so much that your accuracy is 99% for basically every enemy in the game anyway, from one single cast of Eagle Eye, no matter what point in the game you're at. So you might as well just buy this one and stick it at level 1 and just never look back. And that's exactly what we're going to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to buy 4 of these because I'm going to stick them at level 1 and level 2, and then just go to town. While we're at it, since I already got Weaken, so Weaken is for physical attack power. Imbecile, Imbecile, depending on how you pronounce it, is to decrease the enemy's magical strength. So we could weaken their physical strength if they use more physical attacks, magical strength if they use more magical attacks. And my thinking about this is that normally instead of using like Weaken or Imbecile, I just use Diminish, because that decreases the element power for all attacks, physical or magical. Our physical attacks are not harmed by Diminish, but the enemy who uses mostly element attacks to do physical damage or magical damage is fully affected. I said, why don't I just, because if I'm going to have characters that are pretty good spellcasters, if I use Diminish, I'm kind of doing them a disservice, huh? So I said, why don't I just have Surge do Weaken and Imbecile instead, and then I can just, oh, okay, this enemy uses more physical attacks. Oh, this enemy uses more magical attacks. And I can just use Weaken or Imbecile, or both, depending on what they do, in order to lower their damage output. And then I can just maintain those debuffs as I go. So, did I buy 2 Weakens? Yes, I did. So we'll buy 2 Imbeciles as well. And then strong-minded, weak-minded, you could use these for decreasing magical defense. But honestly, if we're doing magical attacks, just not having Diminish on is enough to really make a difference. And mostly the support for Surge is there. So, like, okay, if I don't need to do anything for Surge's damage output, it's like, okay, cast a spell if you want, but I don't think we particularly need weak-minded all that badly. So we'll just use Imbecile and Weaken like we use the debuffs in Final Fantasy Legend 3, right? Yeah, that was the one where we used like Blitz and Psych and all that stuff, so. Is there anything I need to sell? I don't want to sell my tablets yet because I can always trade those for materials, so we'll just do that. I've got quite a few other things that I could sell. I also never got Guile's elements off of him, so I should probably do that while I'm thinking about it. And we should keep our eyes out for Recover Alls as well, because those would probably be pretty good. Thanks, G! Alright, we're done. So that guy doesn't throw more rocks at us, let's get the hell out of here. And while we're here, let's use the teleporter. We'll put Fiona back in the back. We'll put Guile out in front real quick so I can grab his elements. And then once I have them, we can... Well, I'm not going to worry about setting them up just yet on Fiona, because we don't have to do any fighting just yet, but we will eventually, so... So what I'm thinking is not to do it like this, where I just have a bunch of turn elements on. What I'm thinking is instead I'll have, like, you know, I'll have Eagle Eye and then a healing spell, excuse me, maybe an attacking spell, and a turn spell on these. And then we'll do the same thing here, so that way we can, like, kind of have our buffs on the low elements, and then we can use our more offensive elements on the higher elements, you know. So I'm just going to take a bunch of stuff off of Lena for right now. Cure can stay where it is. And for you, I'm going to take this Cure off of you, actually. And then we'll take these offensive elements off of you, and we'll put those on in a minute. Take that off, and you've got a level 4. Now, I thought that G's shop, the bro of G's shop, sold traps as well, but I don't think he does, judging by what we just saw in there. So, alright, so now let's get Fiona back out, and then we will head... Where are we going to go next? We should probably go to the Isle of the Damned next, actually, now that I think about it. And I know, that sounds like a terrible place to go, because that sounds like a place where we will all get absolutely annihilated, and to be fair, I think if we fought the enemies, we would get annihilated there, but... Oh, is there anything here? We can check it out while we're on this side of the archipelago. The Sky Dragon Isle. Why not? We're doing our little tour anyway, and we're almost done with it, so... Sorry, my Velcro thing keeps being old and not being very Velcro-y anymore. So it doesn't exactly fall off, but it's pretty close to it, where if it meets any resistance... Oh. Yeah, but that sounds like something that'll get you in deep trouble, sir. Wonder where the Sky Dragon went. Well, maybe we'll find out later. Just like with the water dragon. I'm gonna go check out the day at the top. Oop, there we go. So I'm gonna guess that the humans being here have caused their numbers to dwindle a little bit, huh? Well, that's just great. But yeah, this is the day up here, and if you remember from the... Actually, you've probably seen it, honestly, because I've been using it as the thumbnail for the stream notifications. This is where I got the background in the thumbnail from, is this top section of Sky Dragon Isle. It's really cool, and a lot of the backgrounds in this game I think are very well done because they almost look like paintings. Sometimes it's hard to find where the entrance and exit is, but they all look very well done in terms of the 2D pre-rendered background settings. They all look like the areas are very well detailed, so I can appreciate them. It's just sometimes I have a hard time finding out like where things are because there's not really a clear indication of where these things could be. So, and that could just be me not being used to old PS1 games, honestly. I feel like that's probably exactly what it is. So, you know. I guess we can check out the Earth Dragon Isle while we're here as well. Since we're making the rounds, we might as well. I don't think there's anything here for now. There might be, but if there is anything, I don't think it's anything we can get our hands on very easily. So, what you guys up to? Adventuring? The land where the dragons sleep. I wonder if this is where they all went. It can't be true. There's no way. Can I just walk into this hole? No. Okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute. Oh. The hole sneezed. Bless you. Alright, well, let's go check in with this guy. What's he got going on? I don't actually know if this is a good idea. Shotgun Nova, do you recommend that I do this? Kinda doubt it. Just judging by what I'm seeing here. Nope, definitely not. Let's go back to the top and see when he recommends going here. I'm not seeing anything in the table of contents. That's the wrong one. Wow, that long? It's like on the other side of the playthrough. Holy hell. Into the second half of the game. All right, before we jump down here, I'm going to go save real quick. We've spent an hour doing stuff and I haven't saved, so... Before I jump down to my doom, let's make sure I have an insurance policy, shall we? All right, there we go. Because something tells me this isn't going to work very well. Especially since I did not go back to Termina to make the iron glove, which I probably should have done now that we have the iron, but I guess I wasn't expecting to actually have any dungeoneering to do. All right, anyway. So I guess we'll jump in the big hole. Why not? Geronimo! You know, we're teaching Fiona a lot of bad habits by doing all this stuff. Just thinking about that. I don't know if this is such a good idea. Whoa. Yeah, so the sand down here flows downhill. So in order to get to certain places, you're going to have to walk to it in order to slide to the correct area. So if we had not done that, the sand would have flowed us over down there instead. So. Just curious, actually. Oh. Well, at least he's honest about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try to keep in mind. This is how they teach you how the sprain status ailment works. Which around here, it's a yellow status ailment, so it's around here you'll probably encounter it a little bit. But if you're like outside of battle, I mean obviously you would see something in the top right corner that says sprain, but if you're outside of battle and you're not looking at the top right corner and for some reason you're just walking like this, and you're like, I'm normally supposed to be running. Why am I walking? Well, it's because you're sprained. So, there you go. Speaking of a brace, there's one right there. So, I think once you go up, you can't go back down, so I guess we'll just avoid that for now and head down here, see what we can find. That is probably an enemy we're not supposed to encounter right now, because I get the feeling it would probably eat us for breakfast. So let's go deeper into the island and see what else we can find. Oh, this is a terrible idea. We're gonna do it anyway, though, because we could move on, but you know, I have no sense of self-preservation. I feel like we've established this already, though. All right, well, we can't go that way. At least not as far as I can see, anyway. What the hell are those things supposed to be, anyway? Look like, kind of like some weird Super Mario RPG enemies mixed with like an Anubis or something. There's an upheaval. I think that's the level 3 yellow tech, I want to say. Right now, sir, you are directly in my way, and I am going to let you pass. Because being in my path is a little mildly upsetting, but oh, good. Great. Fantastic. Alright, pardon me. I'll just run away, and then walk into you. Yeah, those look a little tough for right now. Just looking. Yeah, actually very tough, because I remember this yellow belly that's right here is actually a pretty solid monster for later on when we need to think about the monsters that we've actually killed. But we don't got to think about that for right now. So instead, we'll just run away and preserve our lives for a later day. All right, but we know that's a Fossacre now, so just don't come this way. Or if you do, I'm gonna juke you. Like this. Hey. Something tells me going straight down there, though, is probably not a good idea, this hole. So let's not go down the hole. Let's go this way instead. We could probably get there somehow, but... Oh, no, that's probably what this hole is for, huh? It's probably used to... Okay, so we're going to need to do something in order to get that functioning. And at the moment, I don't think I know what that is. So, since I don't know, let's just head back up and out. We'll let the explorers figure that part out. Once they figure it out, then we can come back for that. So, and nothing over here, right? Nope. Alright. I mean, I didn't press the X button to see if there was anything over there, but, you know. I think I'm pretty safe at the moment in saying that, yeah, no, on top of the fact that we probably shouldn't be here, I don't think there's anything else for us to do for right now. Okay, so how do I get into this boil? Oh, there we go. Come on, everybody. Let's jump on out of here with the sand. Okay. Well, we made it out without dying. We did get sprained, but we made it out without dying. So, yeah, so apparently ending up out of the place like that will sprain your ankles. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. So just undo that, and undo that, and undo that, and there we go. And we still have plenty of stuff. So, do I have medicine set on anybody? I must have it set on Poshul now that I think about it. Yeah, because it's not set on anybody else, so. Okay, guess nobody's got anything else for us to do here, so bump the mic stand there. And I might have to, well, not bump it again, but I might have to get up in a moment because the oven in the other room, you may be able to hear it. It's faint, but you may be able to hear it. The oven is beeping. And that means that my brother has something in there, and he is not able to get up off of his desk to fix it. But if I let it go, it will annoy me, and it will burn his food. So I guess we'll both be annoyed. So I'm going to go turn it off. And I might turn my AC on when I come back in here as well. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. So, in Determina, we have a bunch of iron from going to the Water Dragon Isle, so let's go use it for something. And I think I'm gonna need, let me see, we got 4 of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna need 2 more of it in order to make the rest of the iron equipment I need to fully kit out this party. Oh yeah, I should probably get the medicine from Poshel. I'm thinking about it. Let's do that at the end, because we can actually, on top of using the teleporter on the world map, at any save point, you can also use the teleporter to switch out your party members, except for the Viper Manor sequence. If you're doing the Viper Manor sequence, you can't switch your party members out, so there you go. But let's grab Poshel's elements while I'm thinking about it, because she's not going to need them where she's going, and where she's going is basically in the box for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, sorry, Poshel. Thank you for your service, but yeah, your stats are yikes, just a little yikes. I mean, I guess they're not terrible, but like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm using Fiona after all, so I can't really complain about stats too much. But, you know, it's fine. We let Poshel have her day in the sun. And to be fair, if you wanted to recruit the other human-plant hybrid that's in this game, you actually need Poshel for later. But the reason why I wanted to use Fiona specifically over the other human-plant hybrid is that the other human-plant hybrid is the second-to-last character that you can recruit in the entire game. So, very not easy to get to and would take quite a long time, and basically all I'd be doing for this world, this area like of the game, is I would be effectively just having Surge Lena and some random third guest party member that I wouldn't really be investing heavily in. So, and I said, nah, that's not really something I want to do. Oh, by the way, since I've still got them, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to disassemble all of the antitoxinal caps. We have 3, and I could sell them for some decent money, but I'm gonna disassemble all of them just in case I want to make anything else later with the shiny materials, because I only have a plan to make 2 things out of the shiny materials total across the whole game. But you never know, I may decide to make a little more. I may decide to have some excess, because why not, you know? So I'm just gonna disassemble them into their component materials so that we can go from there. I could disassemble that, because that's just... I'm going to disassemble the knee pad because that'll give us some leather to work with. And I should probably also disassemble the bronze helmets. No, I disassembled the other 2, so I don't need to. I've got the screws. And what I can do is use the screws to make an iron helmet now that we have the iron for it. So, and the rest of these are equipped, right? Yeah. Okay. And armor-wise, we could disassemble this bronze mail because it would get me some fur, which I could use to make this iron vest. So I think I'm going to do that, actually. The other 2, because we're going to need 1 fur anyway, even if I disassemble this. So let's disassemble this first of all. And then, although I suppose I have the feathery dress, so I could just, you know, use that in order to get, like, I could disassemble that to get the fur. Or I could just keep that equipped. I don't know. I feel like the vest would probably be better than the feathery dress, but I guess we can find out in a moment. Don't really need any of that stuff, but I'm not going to use it, so let's just disassemble it. Anything else? I think everything else is equipped. Yep, pretty much. So, alright, and with that, we can sell anything we don't need. I think these are all done. Yep, those are all equipped. Those are all equipped. Feathery dress sells for $5.27 though, so that's something to keep in mind. This sells for $2.37, so I'm just going to get rid of it. We don't need the stuff that it gives us. I think it was copper and a carapace. Nah, don't need that. Pendragon Sigil shifts attribute of element attacks received to weapon from low-level elements only. So it's, you get hit by an uplift and your weapon turns yellow element, which is weird because the enemies would be yellow element if they were using uplift on you to begin with, so then they would just resist your attacks. I guess it's a good way of gimping yourself if you find the game too easy, but I don't really see the point. So, and I think that's everything. So, now let's forge some stuff, starting with an iron glove to put on Fiona's hands so she can whack people upside the head a little bit harder. By the way, for this sequence of the game, all the way up through Fort Dragonia, iron is the highest level equipment that you can get. So, if you have the materials to make enough for your party members for now, then go for it, but I wouldn't recommend making it for every single character. That seems excessive, so I would just make it for the 3 that you're planning on using. And if you're going to use more than 3, then make a little bit more, because you'll have a little bit more. But, like, making it for... I think there's, like, 12 or 13 characters available total to recruit before you finish Fort Dragonia, and making it for all of them just seems way excessive, so I wouldn't bother. Alright, that takes care of the iron gloves. The iron vests... it says it's an upgrade, although that's probably in the physical defense department for Lena. But let's make one anyway, because I'm going to need one for Fiona. And let's just see how it compares. And then we can make an iron helmet, which I can give to Surge. So we'll make that, and then we'll make another iron vest, and we'll go from there. I do eventually plan on equipping another dress on Lena, but... Oh, and you know, thinking about this, I think we did get a little bit of information on Rainbow something earlier, because we talked to that one kid who talked about, I think, using rainbow shells to make necklaces back in Arnie Village in this world, so... Well, anyway, let's just see what the Iron Vest does to Lena's defenses. So let's see, feathery dress, and then so she's at 17 defense, 16 magic defense. That would bring her defense up and her evasion up. So yeah, let's do that, and then just sell the the feathery dress. I don't feel like I'd be too far off base doing something like that. Give you the iron helmet. We can disassemble the bronze one, so we have the screw back, and then we'll give you the other iron vest. We'll give you the iron glove so you can hit a little harder. What was your damage boost there? Okay, you're up to 27 and 93% hit percentage, so that's pretty good. You can also equip the feathery dress, so that's an interesting thought as well, because she's female. But oh, and there's also not just female equipment in this game as well. There's also child exclusive equipment that can Fiona can also equip because, well, she's a child, but. Usually the child-exclusive equipment focuses on evasion percentage as its highest thing. And I may equip it later. I'm not 100% sure about that yet. It's just going to depend on whether or not I want to do that excess stuff that I was talking about before, or if I want to just try to equip the exclusive stuff, but we'll see. Because quite honestly, the highest level vests in this game are more than enough defense to get you by. So, but we'll see if that's what I want to do. I don't know yet. Okay, so we got one iron helmet, we need one more iron vest, and then we are good to go, I believe. So let's grab this. We need the fur. So let's see, does the feathery dress... Oh yeah, that's right, I was going to sell this. It gives you 4 feathers and 2 fur, so that's an interesting thought process. And I mean, I guess 520 gold at this point. I keep wanting to say gil. 520 gold at this point is like 1 battle, so it might be more worth it to do this rather than spend all the extra money to get 4 feathers and 2 fur, you know. So, but the rest of the stuff is equipped, so I can't really do anything with that. So I think I'm just going to disassemble it. And now we have 2 fur. So there we go. So we'll just forge the other iron vest, and now we've got a little bit of fur, so we can use that to mess around later with other stuff. And still have plenty of money to spare, so I didn't have to worry so much about the stuff that I sold. There you go. Let's see. What did you have down here? I guess nothing. I'll have to find something for you to stick in that 3rd slot because everybody else has got something in that slot. Oh well, that's fine. And an iron vest for you. There we go. And I think that's about it for that equipment. The only other thing I can think now... Well, let's go to the Isle of the Damned first before I start equipping everybody with elements, because then all I gotta do is just... Oh, yeah, I should talk about this. Because I didn't show... I showed where you could get 2 of the 3 guides, but I didn't show where the 3rd one is. So if you go in here, or if you just go through the door that's behind the desk at the office, this is Pierre, and he's the 3rd guide that you can use to get into Viper Manor. But again, if you pick him, you can't get Nikki and you can't get Guile on this playthrough. So you gotta choose wisely, whichever one you want. Pierre has it rough, though, because he's pretty weak without his exclusive equipment. He gets 3 pieces of exclusive equipment that he can equip later, which, I mean, I guess saves you on cost of, you know, forging and stuff, but that's not really a big deal. But he also has, like, some of the worst stats in the game without that equipment on, so... And he's blue innate, so he's already got competition in several places, which is just kind of a shame. Where was I going? Yeah, so, and the other guide, I already kind of mentioned it, is Nikki, who you have to go up on that side of town in order to get to. So, there you go. But we chose Guile. And I think that's everything for Termina. I don't think there's anything else I might want to buy. I mean, I guess magma bombs wouldn't be a bad idea to have a few of, but I've already got a few of those, so I'm not really worried about that. But everybody's all equipped and ready to go, so let's go here. Board the boat, go to the northeast corner of the map, because that is, I believe, where the Isle of the Damned is. And then I think, once we have that, I think we have all the pieces to Skelly. I don't know if we'll be able to... Oh yeah, and this is the island right here that Glenn was talking about that we need to go to. So, let's see, is it here? Yeah, here's the Isle of the Damned Shore. So let's get off here. And then before I forget, let's look at the item descriptions, or rather the item art, for Skelly's other bits and pieces, shall we? So we saw the heavy skull already. Here's the good backbone, the sturdy ribs, and the pelvic bone. So we've got the backbone, the ribs, the pelvic bone. All we really are missing now are the arms and the legs, so we're just going to have to find those. Something tells me we're not going to be able to find the eyeballs and all that stuff, though. But something else tells me that Skelly will be just fine without all of those. So this place is not very friendly to strangers, so I would not recommend lingering if I was any of you. That being said, well, there's an eyeball on the ground over there, so that's ghastly, but well, there it is. So I also don't think you can get very far in this place, because I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, this place is just, there's nothing here. So, and there's the mixed bones. Well, we'll try to put them on and hope that they fit. It'll be like a, yeah, I was going to say, it'll just be like a jigsaw puzzle. So is that everything? I thought that was everything. I wonder if you have to, like, use them in order to recruit him. God, I haven't recruited Skelly in forever. I think I might have done it the very first time. But either way, let's see. There are a couple of other bones that we need. Not a couple, one. Exactly one, and it's in the Shadow Forest. Okay, so we need to go find something called an Angry Scapula, and then once we have that, Skelly is put together, and we can recruit him. So that's that. So it's a bit of a quest. It's a bit of a trek, to be fair. Oh, that's how you get in further, is to go over there, but for a place that's called the Isle of the Damned, something tells me we probably shouldn't be here right now, so let's not push our luck, shall we? Alright, but basically we're going to go get the Angry Scapula, but what I want to do is I want to go back to Viper Manor, because if I remember correctly, and I probably should have just done this while I was on the mainland anyway, but if I remember correctly, when we go back to Viper Manor, there was a couple of other things that I could have gotten that I did not get, and one of them involves us going down into the sewer area down below Viper Manor and scaring an enemy away from a chest in the Shadow Forest. Then we can go into the Shadow Forest and find that chest. So I forget if we can do that now or if we have to wait till later to do that, though. So I guess we'll find out, because we're going to go look. I do know at the very least that there's a key that we can grab down near where the sewers are in Viper Manor. And we can take that key upstairs to unlock a door that was locked originally. So it seems kind of strange, though, that Viper Manor is left unprotected like this when the Dragoons are away. I would think that they would want to protect it, but apparently not. Like, just in case somebody, like the poor army, decides to take it over and be like, hey, so this is ours now. By the way, if you want to go chat with the guy about feeding the dragons again, you can do that over there. And I think, I want to say there's a way to get down to the cliffs here too, but I don't remember where the spot would be. Did we go into this over here before we... I don't think we went in here last time. I don't think there's anything in here, though. Nope. Okay. Well, I suppose if you can't get down to the cliffs from here, you could always, like, sail on the boat behind where Viper Manor is, and that should allow you to get to the cliff. So if you want to get more antitoxinal caps or anything like that from the gobbledygooks there, you can just do so at that point. I think the enemies should be available for you to fight still over there. So if you choose to do that, you can go do that. Is everything still in the way here? No. Okay, fair enough. Well, we got the Dragoon Gauntlet already from Karsh's room, but the other thing that we need to go get is actually, if we go down here, and you know, I may want to go try and see if that shield is, well, you can't go in there, is just a bronze shield, the one that was in the treasure room. But there's the parlor key, and that is unfortunately locked. Okay, so I think that's where you need to go in order to scare the enemy away from the chest, but at the moment, since we can't get into it, I guess we'll just not go there. That one's locked too. Unless the parlor key lets me get... I don't think the parlor key lets me get into those. I might be able to press the square button and use the manor key on one of them, though. So, let's just check. Might as well try my keys, you know. Nope. This one? Nope. Okay. So I don't think we'll be getting that chest, but that chest is not the one that contains the Angry Scapula, so it shouldn't be a huge deal, I don't think. Alright, this is where the Harley was sleeping, so we won't worry about that. And then this is the room that was locked. Right? Yeah. Okay, well I know I'm on it now, so I can just do that, and there we go. Just had to find the right spot for it. And in this room is nothing particularly interesting, except for a demon charm. It's an accessory. I don't remember what it does. I guess we can take a look. Protection against anti-black. Okay, well, I mean, protection against racism is nice, but it's actually better as a component material in order to, if you disassemble it, you can get, I believe it's shiny soot, which is dark element material that you can use for the ultimate equipment in the game. So there you go. I do wonder if we'll be able to recruit the other character that's in the Shadow Forest if we go there now, actually. I'm not 100% sure if he's here or if he's in the Shadow Forest in the home world. I guess that's why I have the FAQ up in the background, isn't it? Let's go see. Looks like homeworld, so... Alright then. And then, let's go all the way up to the top there. That's homeworld. Let's see. Yeah, so there's a cave inside the Shadow Forest that has the Angry Scapula in it, I believe. So. Okay. There you go. Hey, Bleach Blood Yuri. I think that's how you pronounce that. Sorry if I mispronounced it. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Now, people hate it when people tell you stuff, but there's an item that increases your gil. Yep, I found it already. The Profiteer's Purse. I already disassembled it, actually, into iron and bronze and all of that other good stuff. Because the materials were more valuable to me at the time than the amount of money that it could get me over the course of the game, so... But welcome in. We are finished with Viper Manor. We're on the Don't Save Kid route, and we got the boat, so we're just kind of exploring, hanging around. I already got all the little bonuses in between levels, though, so I'm not really fighting anything. I'm just kind of running around, grabbing all the items, and then going from there. So, that being said, I don't exactly remember how to find all of the items, but we'll figure it out. I don't think this bulb is going to let me go get that chest without perishing, though, so we're gonna have to take care of them. These bulbs are the regular versions, if I remember correctly, of the neon bulbs that you fought, excuse me, back in Viper Manor when you fought them as bosses. So there you go. Shouldn't be too hard for an iron weapon to take care of them. And I guess I'll just do that, and dash and slash as well. I should probably set my elements up now that I think about it, because I don't think we really have too many. I think we just have our healing ones on right now, and that's about it. We don't really need that too badly, though. So. Should probably check and see how much damage Fiona does now that she's got the Iron Glove. But we can do that after I grab some stuff. Okay, Arrow Saucer. Actually, was thinking about it in terms of I was trying to figure it out while I had a little extra time in between streams. I was trying to figure out, okay, what elements do I actually want to use later on, like when I'm actually able to get some, better elements that aren't just magic damage. It just inflicts magic damage, And Arrow Saucer is not one of them, but the upgraded version of Arrow Saucer called Arrow Blaster is actually pretty good. It can inflict a status called Afraid on enemies, if I remember correctly, and if the enemies have the Afraid status, it's temporary, but it increases your critical hit ratio against them. And that will be pretty useful because critical hits do lots of damage, so we'll, I'm going to try to grab a few Arrow Blasters later, and then I think a couple of other things too. Okay, what are you supposed to be, and why are you in my way? Huh. Okay, well, we're not going to go that way. Let's go see if we can find the... Aha! Secret behind the waterfall. Secret cave behind the waterfall. What do you suppose this is? An old notebook. Sure, why not? In order to wake up the monster blocking the path, use an aroma pouch and check all the plant life. Some of the plants will be attracted to the aroma. Monsters in the forest that eat the pollen given off by these plants use the pollen to lure the monsters to the monster blocking the path. Once you wake it up, all you have to do is defeat it, but in my case, it defeated me. I leave this helpful note for anyone who wishes to get through. Well, this guy's dead, but there is a bone that we could use, the Angry Scapula. Did you die here, Skelly? No, I don't think so. I think whoever died here just happened to find one of your bones. Just sing the song. I'm sure eventually it'll let you figure out where all 206 or so bones go. No, it's fine. I'm glad you're in one piece. I guess we don't recruit him. Okay, fair enough. There's the aroma pouch in case we decide we want to do anything with it. We can probably use it later. I think it's a key item, actually. So we can check its item something or another. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we can use it later, but, Ask everyone why pick those characters, not tell them which character to pick, just curious. So, Surge is obviously required, so that's just a no-brainer. Lena, it feels to me like Lena has a reason to be around in the party in the game, so I kind of just stick with her because not only is she a pretty good character to begin with, because her magic power is pretty good, she's got good techs, but it also feels like she's kind of almost like this game's Marley in a way. She has, a vested interest in being here, I think a more important role in the story than a good chunk of other characters, in my opinion. By contrast... Neofio is just for the memes. I literally picked her up because her level 3 tech is AoE, and it deals more damage than any other AoE attack that we have right now, even though her stats kind of suck. So, that's why. That's why. No real special reasons, just kind of... Yeah, Lena kind of has an important reason to be here. It feels like for story reasons, but Neofio is here for the memes. So there you go. Alright, now that we have all the Skelly pieces... Where do we pick this guy up? Let's go back to the FA. I'm doing this because I don't know or remember how to do this stuff, so let's go see. He'll leave after being remade, but if you talk to his grandma... okay, so this is where you need to talk to his grandma. I thought you had to talk to her in order to get his level 7 tech. But it turns out, no, before we leave... to get off the main island. We should probably go back to Termina one last time. And to be fair, this is probably a good place to be anyway because I can buy any stray elements that I don't have. But in order to recruit Skelly, you go over here. And this is his grandma's house, if I remember correctly. And if you have a chat with her... Well, I'm not the clockmaker, so sorry, I don't think I can do anything about that. Oh, hey, Skelly, you're all put back together. How can you tell? I mean, the only piece of him that would make that sound is his nasal passages, and that's covered up by a nose, a clown nose. Why is his actual name Skelly? Isn't that a little bit, forgive the pun, but on the nose? Oh my god. I was going to say, actually, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to go with us, but... How are you... You know, I shouldn't ask. I was going to say, how are you crying, but you don't have tear ducts, but that's... I mean... like, I don't think it's... I don't think I'm going to get an answer. So, yeah, you and your grandma go catch up. That's fine. I'm glad they're all happy. I don't know when he joins you, though. Let's see. Oh, okay. You just leave the house for a minute and then you re-enter. So I guess to pass the time, basically, to make it seem like I'm actually using up the time to let him catch up with his grandma. Let's equip some elements, shall we? Let's see here. So, first thing I should do is I probably should reorder these, so that way they're all set up. Okay, the turn spells we don't need right now, but we will take Weaken, and we'll stick it here. This one we will stick Imbecile. Excuse me, and then I'm just going to leave Recover All and Revive where they are. I think eventually you can also stick... there's like one that cures all status ailments, so maybe I'll stick that down there. But for now, we don't really have a ton of room for it. So instead of that, I'll just, you know, do this instead. And just go from there. We can do another healing spell here, I guess. There you go. We've got to recover all already, so we don't really need that too badly, but, you know, it's there in case we need it. And then, maybe a Magma Bomb here? I guess Gravity Blow wouldn't be terrible, but honestly, at this point, like, we're going to be fighting a lot of Black Element enemies going forward, so it might be better to just equip White Elements for now. But Magma Bomb's probably not too terrible either, so... maybe I'll just equip a Photon Ray here. Or a Meteorite. I mean, I guess Surge has got the highest magic anyway, so I might as well use it. And then... I found out, I think, judging by... I did very little research on this, but I found out how this works. So when you equip an element on a higher level than where it normally goes, so it's whatever level it has in the left there. For every level up it goes, you... get a 12.5% boost to its damage. So if I equip this Photon Ray here, it's at +3. So that means it will deal 37.5% more damage than the level 1 variant of Photon Ray. So actually it's probably better to stick it down here. And then just stick the Meteor up there, because then that'll be Meteorite +2. Where did you go? Up here, probably. Yeah, there you are. So that'll deal 25% more damage than a normal Meteor, and I think Meteorite has a little bit more base power. So I think sticking it up there, even though it's a +2, should probably give it more power than Photon Ray +3. I think. I could be wrong, but I think. Okay, so turn White, Eagle Eye, and... probably, honestly, just move this up. because we're going to want to stick something there, but at this moment I don't think we have anything particular that I want to stick there. So turn white, Eagle Eye, and then another healing spell, I think. Yeah, so we'll stick a heal there. And then start sticking our offensive attacks up here, probably. We've got one for this and then one for that. So stick a Magma Bomb there because it's AoE. And then we'll stick an Ice Blast here. Okay, I think that looks good. Maybe stick an Aqua Beam here for you. There we go. And then, or maybe I should stick an Ice Lance there and an Aqua Beam down below. Stick Ice Lance there. Stick, whoop, Aqua Beam here. If I can find it. It's got to be here somewhere. I don't know why it goes up here, but whatever. Alright, so that's that. Now, same thing here, just turn spell, in this case turn white, since the enemies we'll be fighting are most likely going to be black element, Eagle Eye. Let's see. Healing spell, so we want to go back up for that. Cure. Probably get one more heal, actually, because then we can just use the same stuff in each given spot. And what did I stick on yours? I think I stuck Aqua Beam on yours, although probably it's more than likely better to just stick Photon Rays there, but well, I already stuck them there, so we'll just use what we've got. Turn white, Eagle Eye. So I need one more heal from this shop, and I think I can buy them here, so give you an Arrow Saucer. And then we can do a Magma Bomb there, although you really don't need Magma Bomb because you have Pop, 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 but, you know, that's fine. And then I don't really have anything halfway decent to stick up here. I guess I could stick up Heevil, but I don't know if that's really necessary. Because you're not really... I'm just going to stick an Arrow Saucer up here, it's fine. Alright, so I need one more heal, and then we should be good. I don't actually know how much heals for relative to Cure, but... yeah, they're both healing spells. Might as well, you know. Just give them a shot. Okay, and... oh, you sell capsules here now, too. And Cure Pluses, that's interesting as well. Actually, I could keep that in mind. There's also Heal Alls, which would probably be a better investment, honestly, than Cures and Heals and all that. Just having a Heal All for, well, everybody. Even if it's just on level 1, it will deal pretty good amounts. So let's just get 2 of those. I've already got a Recover All, so I might as well just use a Heal All there. And then, anything else? We can buy Fire Pillars right now? You're kidding. That's crazy. Okay. So Fire Pillar is actually one of the 2 spells that I wanted to gain access to eventually. Because it only targets a single foe, but it has a chance of inflicting the Burns status on enemies, and Burns can cause... well, actually, it's not that it causes it. The burn status, what it does to you normally is it reduces your HP slowly, like poison. But on top of that, it also reduces your defense. Same thing for enemies, except I think they don't take the HP damage. Yeah, because I think the HP damage that you take from burns is only out in the field. In battle, it just reduces your defense. So having Fire Pillars will let us reduce the foe's defense even further than we would be able to if we use, like, say, low res or something like that, while also inflicting some magic damage. So I'm going to buy a few of these, I think. Like, 4 of them. Alright, so there's that. We already bought our Heal Alls, so we'll just stick those down at the bottom and then go from there. So heal all, heal all. I'll just stick a Cure up where I was sticking the heals before. And then stick some Fire Pillars in there, and then we should be good to go. I don't think I'm going to need a Fire Pillar on Surge all that badly. I'm just going to leave his the way that they are, actually. Let's see. So stick this for a heal all instead. It's at -3, so you would think, okay, well, that's probably not going to do too well, but it still heals for a pretty decent chunk, so that should be pretty good for us. Fire Pillar can go here. One of them. Another one can go here. I'm not even really interested in Fire Pillar's damage, honestly. I'm more interested in it dealing the burn status than I am in the damage that it deals. So. And then I guess we'll stick an Ice Lance here since we've already got... Well, maybe Magma Bomb is better just for the AoE. Yeah, because we could just use Maiden Hand if we need water damage, or Ice Blast for that matter. So, stick your heal all here. Stick a Fire Pillar here. And eventually, once we get access to some more, like, slots, I'm going to want to stick, like I said, not Arrow Saucer, but Arrow Blaster. I'm going to want to stick that around here as well as Fire Pillar, so that way they can cast them, and then they can, like, if they have nothing better to do, they've already gotten the turn spell on Surge, they've already gotten Eagle Eye on Surge, he has both of them and he's not worried about them, they can just cast one of these spells on their next turn. So, that's the plan. Alright, but I think that's it. I think everybody's got everything that they need, except for maybe this. It might not be a bad idea to give you... I'm going to put a Photon Ray there. You've got Pop, Pop, Pop if we need AoE damage, so I can just use that instead. Alright, there we go. So I think that should do it. Alright, our elements are set up. Our magic... That is our magic. Our equipment is set up, so let's go grab Skelly. And then I think we're done. Like I said, there's one other character that we can get the item for, but we can't recruit them until much later in the game right now, but we'd have to kill the dodo to do that, which is not hard, but I don't want to do it right now because that leads the dodos to extinction. And there's one other character we could recruit, but I don't have access to them right now because we'd have to go back to Surge's home, and we don't have access to that, so... I'm glad that you got what you prayed for. I'm glad that you can hang out with your grandma again. Yeah, actually, we're kind of on a journey of our own. You've kind of seen us do it, but if you want to help. He became the life of our party. Fair enough. So he's another black element character. I don't necessarily know how good, bad, or in between he is. He's kind of a joke character, to be fair, but there's a good chunk of joke characters in this game, and I'm using one of them right now, right here, that doesn't really have any particular bearing on the story. So, hey, use him if you want to use him, you know. But you hang out with your grandma for right now. We're good. We'll go make our way to our next destination right now. Because we have fiddled around for long enough, I think. So let's actually go outside. We'll save. We've got all of our stuff that we might need, and then we'll just... Oh yeah, I didn't disassemble the Demon Charm. We should do that as well while I'm here. And then we can save, and then we can go to the next area, which I might be able to get done with before the end of the day. I don't remember where we're going in that area, but I don't imagine it's going to be that hard to figure it out, so... Yeah, let's just go disassemble this. Good boy. Actually, can't hear whether or not he barked at me just now because I've got my AC on, so I can't. I can barely hear the game's music, to be fair. It's not the best of times because, I mean, it's the summer, so I have to have the AC on or I'll fry in here. But when you can't hear the music of a game like this, where the music is a big part of it, it's kind of a shame, you know. So, but it is what it is. We have a bronze glove that I can disassemble. I don't really need the items from it, but I guess we could if we so chose. I'm gonna guess this is Skelly's bone glove because I don't think we had that before. How much does that thing sell for, actually? 190. Eh. I'm just gonna disassemble it, it's fine. I'd rather have the leather than anything else. And here's a bronze vest that we don't need. I have one equipped, I guess, but that's on a party member outside of my party. Who's got an iron mail? I wonder if that's Skelly. Huh. Well, we can go take a look after this. And as a matter of fact, if that's the case, I might take that off of them, give them the bronze vest, and then disassemble this iron mail for some more iron, because then I can make another iron helmet. So, Yeah, I won't need this bronze helmet either because we've already got the iron helmet equipped, so there you go. So let's just get rid of that. And here's the demon charm. I was wrong. You can get mithril right now from this demon charm by disassembling it. That being said, you cannot use the mithril for anything. Like, it's a material, it's the next upgrade past iron, but you can't use it for anything right now because there aren't any smiths in the world at the moment that can actually make anything out of mithril, as far as I'm aware, unless for some reason the shop here just suddenly has mithril equipment right after this, in which case, mithril swallow, here I come, but I don't think that's the case. But I would like to disassemble it because it's got shiny soot, so let's just do that. And then we get to go see who has that iron mail. I think we can actually just check that in the character menu. Like, if I go to the equipment menu, I can just look. So let's go have a look right now. Equip. Yeah, so if you press to the left on Surge's portrait on the menu, you can go to your reserve party, and you can see what they have equipped as well. So, like, if I go in here, I can't go left and right on this menu, though, so you have to scroll all the way down and see what you've got from there. Alright, Skelly, what do you got? Yeah, okay. He actually has an iron glove and an iron mail, so that's 2 more iron. I could make the iron helmets right now if I wanted to. Well, Skelly, I hate to give you some worse stuff, but that's some good stuff you just came with, so thanks, buddy. That's real helpful. Does anybody else have anything that I might want to take off of them? I kind of doubt it. I don't think there's anything in particular that I would really, like, need that badly. Yeah, you've got a bronze sword and bronze mail. You should have a, I was going to say, a copper besom and a bronze something. So there's that. And Poshel, I already know what Poshel has because Poshel was in the party, so was Guile. So there we go. Okay, well, the enemies in the next dungeon are going to drop iron like people drink water, but we won't really need that badly because we've got all the iron we need now. So that's funny. I did not expect that to happen, but, well, here we are. Thanks, Skelly. So that hunt was worth it because it meant I could get all the iron that I need in order to just demolish the next area. Well, I think demolish is a strong word. We will be as prepared as we possibly can be for the next area because we have all the extra iron, but, you know. Alright, so there's that. And then we don't want to disassemble the iron helmet. We will want to disassemble the bronze helmets eventually, but we have enough screws, I think, to just make the other 2 iron helmets right now. Yeah, we've got enough screws, we've got enough, definitely enough fangs, and we got enough iron. So let's just do that real quick. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do one of those. And 1 more of those. All right. So that is a very roundabout way of getting enough iron from the areas around here to fully kit out 3 members with an iron weapon, an iron piece of armor, and an iron helmet. You're welcome. That was a round trip. How long have we been streaming for? 1 hour and 48 minutes to get all this iron stuff when I could have just walked into the next dungeon, finished it in 1.5 hours, and had as much iron as I would ever need. Was it worth it? I'll let all of you be the judge. I'm okay with it. Alright, but anyway, we've got bronze helmets now, so we can disassemble those for the screws, and then should be good. I don't think there's anything here. Nope. Nope. And just these. And I don't need the copper, but the extra screws will be helpful. So, and everything else is just stuff I've already... I wish they wouldn't show the stuff that you have equipped on this menu. I feel like they should just show the stuff that's stockpiled in your items that isn't equipped. Because I feel like that would just... I don't need to know that I have all this stuff equipped. I already know I have it equipped. But when you stick it in the menu like this, I feel like I need to, like... be a hypochondriac and check all of them to make sure I don't have one sitting there and it's just like, oh, well, I've got this equipped, or I don't. So. Alright, but anyway, that's an effective use of our money. I don't know if it's an effective use of our time, but we're done. We got everything done that we could do, optionally, for right now. Unless we were on the Save Kid route, in which case there would be even more optional stuff we can do. But we can space that out, because we don't have to do that until we are back from the Hermit's Hideaway and the next area that we need to go to. So, let's go to the Hermit's Hideaway, shall we? Probably save right next to my boat before we go there, just so that way we don't have to... I mean, I saved before, but just so that way I've got the backup, you know. So, let's let's do that. All right, there we go. Now, there we go. I was like, wait, where's my boat? Where's the spot that I need to stand on to get on my boat? Ooh, while I'm thinking about it, hang on. Let me just erase all that extra stuff from my equipment section. And I should probably stick this down here too. There we go. Because I had all the extra, like all the iron stuff that I needed to make and everything in my equipment section of my notes, but, well, we don't need that right now. I guess there's a current on that side of Hermit's Hideaway. I don't know why, but I guess if you sail through it, you can very quickly get through that strait. I mean, I guess it's a good indicator of something that an ocean current would actually do. It's just weird that it's there and there's no other ocean current section in the entire game. Oh yeah, hang on. Before I do this, let me just check and make sure we can go back to the cliffs by Viper Manor, because you'd go like right here, right? Yeah. So if you want to return to the bluffs, you could just go here, and then you can, you know, climb up them, fight the enemies if you didn't fight everything that's there, or if you want to get more, like I said, antitoxinal caps, because that's your earliest shiny material that you can get is the antitoxinal caps. So, and I'm going to save right here just because it's a little closer. I forgot that there was a little shoreline here, so we'll save right here since I've got a little bit. That way I have less area to walk in case something goes wrong at the burned out Hermit's Hideout, because it's burning. So I have to imagine that we're either getting here too late or something is amiss. That's a fair question. Yes and no. Uh-huh. Well, that seems not very nice. Sure, we'll go with that. You know, that's actually something I would like to know. Please. Why do you need to teach me you know what? I don't think I wanted the answer to that. Oh, okay. So, I was going to say, instead of fighting him in fair combat, you burned his house to the ground in order to fight him. Isn't that kind of dirty? And what was that? Uh-huh. Well, alright then. I guess we're fighting Harley now. Fair enough. This is an optional boss fight, by the way, so as far as I'm aware, she will not give a level up star. But I don't think she's terribly difficult, so I think we should be okay. First thing I'm going to do is we'll have... do I want Surge to... You know what? Actually, what I want Surge to do is actually, since he's got the decent attack power, let's have him attack a little bit and then maybe get... She'll probably use more magic on us, I would imagine. So let's see if we can get a 1-2-3 off and then have him use... well, she's using a physical attack, so... I mean, I guess I can use Weaken on her while I'm just thinking about it, so let's do that. Then we'll get... well, we don't need to get Turn White up. All we need to do is get Eagle Eye up, and then we should be good. So, matter of fact, Fiona, why don't you do it? Might as well use that Iron Glove or something. Okay. And then... get the Eagle Eye up on Surge. And that'll increase his accuracy for a little while. Ah, Meteorite. She has one of her own. Ow, quit it. Alright, Lena, you're up. Normally this is where I'd be like, okay, well, you got the turn spell up, now we get the Eagle Eye up, but we don't need to do that because, well, we've already got the advantage since Surge is already a white element. Do I try to get Fire Pillar going? I'm going to try to get a Fire Pillar going on her, actually, see if I can get the burn. I don't think it's going to happen, but hey. It gets Surge back all his stamina so he can just Eagle Eye the sin out of her. So, that's what we want. Alright, so now he's got 97% accuracy against her. I figured that would be 99%, but hey, 97% is pretty great as well. And that was a crit, so that was enough to just knock her the hell out. So I guess all the prep wasn't really... I mean, she only has 400 HP, so I didn't really need to go that hard on it. But it's good to get muscle memory for that stuff before you do it in a fight, you know? So... And to be fair, Harley just gave me as much money as I would have gotten from selling the feathery dress anyway. So, there you go. Well, we get a photon beam from her. That's a pretty strong spell. So I'll take it. I think if I remember correctly, if you have access to somebody who can steal right now, which I think if you do the save kid route, you go and save kid before you come here normally. So then you'd be able to steal from her, but you could steal moon glasses from Harley. I think it's a rare steal, though. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to reduce the damage that you take. From what I understand, it's not very strong. Probably because after how good the prism specs were in Chrono Trigger, they nerfed like the glasses items in this game. So, oh well, it is what it is. No, sir. I actually just fought one of Lynx's minions in order to, Yes, yeah, she was causing some havoc here, as you can see by your house being on fire. Yep. So why is the general still working with him if Lynx is going behind his back so much, and also trying to kill his daughter? Oh. Well, that's a fair way of ensuring that you're, you know, you've always got a space for yourself. Now, there's a patch of burnt-out ground here. And I don't know how you're supposed to know to do something with this, but you can actually interact with it later. Not now, but later. Way later. We'll talk about that, well, way later when we can actually do something with it. For now, we can't do anything with it, so. Yes, sir. Am I walking? I am walking. Okay. Really? So maybe the radius of my world also did that then. Hmm. And how did that, I was going to say, how did that work out for you? Because Dario, as far as I'm aware, is not around anymore. Yeah. Hmm. You think that's actually going to work? I mean, what are the chances that Lynx just doesn't kill Viper when he's able to help him get the flame and then just, well, okay, done. Just use it for himself. I mean, maybe, but you can't force that into reality by, I don't know, using the power of magic. Oh, hang on a second, hold on, before we continue. I forgot about this. Settings. There we go. Been meaning to do that for the past couple of streams. My nightlight on the computer turns on to warm the colors on the screen at about 9 o'clock, but I've been meaning to turn it on at 10 o'clock instead. I just keep forgetting to do it, so I figure while I'm standing here and I just watched it turn on, I don't think any of you should have seen anything happen, but while I'm thinking about it and while I just watched it turn on, I might as well, you know, fix it. So. He's trying to figure out why we fight wars. Isn't that kind of just like... I mean, there's usually an overarching reason for it, but I feel like he's going to have to be more specific. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to do that either because you worked for the guy, so... Okay. Yeah, we almost went into some fog out there. Whoa. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else to be had here. don't think there's any items or anything for us to grab, so... Thanks, Radius. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Radius of this world will do for you. But that's okay. Oop, sorry, bumped the pop filter. If we need Radius to do something for us, we can always go chat with our Radius if we ever manage... Oh, there we go. I guess we just had to walk over the correct spot there. But yeah, so since the ground here is so hot, you can't grow anything on it. But, I mean, this isn't Stardew Valley, nor is it Sword of Mana. So I don't know why I'd want to grow something there. Anyway. I should probably save here as well, now that I think about it. So, but yeah, that element setup worked pretty effectively, I think. I mean, we didn't really have to do too much because Surge was already white element against the black element enemy, so we could just kind of avoid one of the buffs and just Eagle Eye. But I actually kind of would rather that be the case, because then the less buffs that you have to put up, the better off you are, because then it's like, okay, I just have to arbit this one buff. I don't have to arbit multiple, you know. So, excuse me. Anyway, in order to get to Fort Dragonia, you're going to need to go through this fog to begin with. So, let's head inside. Like, you have to land on the shoreline over there, just to the west of where we're at, in order to even get to Fort Dragonia. So, we may as well just head into the fog and see what we can find. Apparently, we can find I was going to say a ghost ship, but I think it's just a ship that's in the fog, honestly. I don't think it's a ghost ship. They stopped moving, though. Perhaps they were waiting for us. Well, we're going to find out. Might be. Only one way to find out. Yeah, so here's the example that I was talking about with Fiona's speech impediment. She can't pronounce the letter F. She has to pronounce it as a PH. So that's the word fog, F-O-G, but she can't pronounce the F, so she pronounced it PH instead. So, yeah, you're all right. So let's see what this ship has in store for us, and then maybe we can dispel the fog somehow from inside the ship. I don't think that's how that works, but, you know. Yeah, it's pretty well kept if it's a ghost ship. Usually there's holes everywhere. Yeah, no, this is not a ghost ship. This is a pirate ship. We have been duped. And that's a lot of pirates. Great. Are you all cut from the same cloth as the captain? Am I going to have to find out by fighting all of you? Well, that's because we're not one of Lynx's subordinates, actually. Shouldn't we be telling him that we're not one of Lynx's subordinates, since that's the assumption he's going off of? Just saying. What is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color? Listen, she's a kid. Like, what do you think her intention is? She's just exploring, and frankly, so are we. We're barely... Okay, well, we're a little older than Fiona, but, you know. I mean, you're correct. Yeah, the message is me shoving my swallow down Lynx's throat, but what's it to you? Yes, that's a good way of putting it. I'm glad this did not lead to a fight, at least not yet, because we're getting a chance to explain ourselves. So now, if he decides, okay, well, keel haul him and throw him overboard, that'll be his prerogative, won't it? I mean, yes, but he's a risk to the rest of the planet. And to be fair, I can't get back to where I live anyway because, well, I don't know if it has anything to do with him being around, but have ya? Why? Just so he doesn't find you? What's you know what? Do I really want to know? A test of your might, youngsters. Okay. I mean, I guess fair enough. So what are we fighting? Birdie? I heard something chirping. Man of War, Man of War, Man of War. I thought I heard something chirping, but I guess it's living armor. Fair. So you're not a ghost ship, but you have armor that's inhabited by spirits? Yeah, color me surprised. Well, there goes that guy. Now we just got to deal with the rest of them. Not particularly strong, all things considered, but, you know. Okay, so... don't really need all that stuff. Let's just dash and slash one of them to death and then let Lena and Fiona take care of the rest. Not bad, Surge. Not bad at all. Okay, Man of War C, you're up next. I was going to say, Lena, you're going to have to actually hit one of these. Maybe Fire Pillar -2. I don't know if that'll be enough to take him out, especially since she didn't hit the rest, but... yeah, you know, we'll have a little element power that way anyway, if we need it for the rest of this, and then I guess Fiona can build a little element power too. Hit the whip crack there, Fiona. Okay, well, that was easy. You know, now that I think about it, it might not have been a bird call. It might have just been Fargo whistling for the Man of Wars. Okay, well, that would make more sense, honestly. Sorry, and again, like I said, it's tough for me with the air conditioner on to actually hear all the sound effects. I guess I could just put my headphones in, but then I'd have to do audio rebalancing because with the headphones in, it's different from when they're out for all of you, so... oh, I was going to say, well, there's the bird. If you even want to call it that. Looks more like a really fat pterodactyl. Alright, Polly. I don't have any crackers for you, but I could probably... I was going to say crack your head open, but that sounds morbid, so let's just... let's just not do that. Let's just 1, 2, 3, and then try to get off. What do I think this thing would do to me? More physical or more magical? I'm going to say more physical. Let's use weaken. That's going to be my guess. I don't know how true it is, but that's going to be my guess. Alright, and it probably would have behooved me to put turn blue on if I had remembered this, but that's okay. I don't have to do that. It's just Eagle Eye Surge up, and then we'll go from there. There we go. Alright, Fiona, you just whack upside the head. And actually, I might Eagle Eye Lena as well, because she has an advantage against Polly, since Polly's got the red element. Although, Polly, just the same, has an advantage against Lena, as you can see, because Lena is weak to red elements. So, we might have to be a little more careful than I'm giving credit for there. Do one of those, and then let's do a, let's see. We're going to need to give Lena a quick heal, so let's do that. There we go. Break up this red field with some blue. There we go. Alright, Surge, you're up next. And just blast. Just go on absolute blast. Get a little extra damage off. My dash and slash, I was going to say, should be back up, so... I guess I could Imbecile as well, just to see if... I think that... I'm not sure if that flap, it's probably magic power, but I guess I could Imbecile as well. I don't remember how long this fight is, so this might be for a moot point, because I might just kill Polly on the next turn. And considering the fact that they're slumping over, it looks like, I might just be doing exactly that, but that's okay. We'll have been safe rather than sorry, you know. Ice Blast, or do I think I'm just going to Cure, honestly. Probably a Cure Plus or 2 would have been better to buy than the Cures that I've got, but then we wouldn't have seen that number pop up on the screen, so I don't know. Alright. Let's see if Imbecile helps with this, because he's probably... okay, he's hitting Surge, so... if it did 120 before, yeah, I was going to say it'll probably do, like... it probably would have done about 80 to Surge, and that did 65, so probably Imbecile did a little bit of work there to help us out. Yeah, Arrow Saucer, why not? Get the same type attack bonus. No, that doesn't happen in this game. Pew! Okay, well, I'll take it. Still got that eagle eye? Still got that eagle eye! Again, turn blue would have really helped here, but that's fine. We don't have it, so we'll just make do without it. Break up the field effect again, although I'm pushing my blue off the screen, so I probably shouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. And now Lena's got some, so let's just bonk and done. Okay. That wasn't so bad. A bit of damage we had to deal with, but that wasn't so bad. Now, this 9th star level, you get it in a different place if you're trying to save Kid. I believe you get the 9th and 10th star levels in the area that you go to in order to get the Hydra Humor for Kid instead of here. But because we're not saving Kid, we're going to get our 9th and 10th star levels here on the ship. So, okay, Surge got more strength. That's good. Lena got more strength. That's also good. And Fiona got a great level. That's fantastic. We couldn't really ask for much better than that. I mean, the HP's not great, but I'm not really worried about the HP. The HP's fine. There's a Magma Burst. It's not an upgrade to Magma Bomb, because if I remember correctly, it only hits one target. So, yeah, Gya to you too. Oh, okay, fair enough. Thanks for the translation. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, if that's what you want, I guess I'm not getting any bonuses out of this fight. Thankfully, our elements will refresh since we're, going into a new battle. But there you go. And Fargo is blue element, so it would have also behooved me to have turn red. But since I don't have turn red, we'll just make do without it. This fight should go a little bit easier, though, because we have 2 people that are neutral to his element and 1 person that is resistant. So, and that's usually, I prefer it that way rather than having somebody who has an element that the enemy's weak to, but that also means the enemy can hit you for the same thing, so... Excuse me. Usually I prefer to be able to resist elements rather than, doing it the other way, so... Alright, so I think that tells me what I should use first. Let's weaken him first, and then we'll imbecile him next turn. Let's see. So I guess we'll just 1, 2, 3. And then I could do an Eagle Eye right now for Surge, but let's hold off on that and try to use Fire Pillar instead because it'll be super effective. And then we'll get Eagle Eye up with Fiona, and then we'll go from there. And it might burn him too, so I don't remember how the game shows you that they're burned though, but I think there's like some kind of an indication that they're burned if they are, so... Okay, well, it's a good thing I used Weaken, because that should just reset the strength. I think they cancel each other out, basically. So, like, since he was weakened, now he's strengthened, so he's back at normal, whatchamacallit. And that's fine. The field effect is fully red, so I guess... I don't know if I really want to break that up, because he's blue element, so that would probably be to my advantage, but let's just Eagle Eye, and then we'll just go on Blast with Surge. Why not? Keep slapping him with the Swallow real quick. I think I'm gonna Imbecile just in case he uses... I don't remember if his personal techs are magic element, but I'm gonna Imbecile him anyway just to be safe. And we can always weaken him again on Surge's next turn just to, reestablish that. Nice dodge, kid. Alright, just keep going. Probably Fire Pillar again, just because... the Ice Blast probably won't do a ton of damage, all things considered. I really don't even need turn whites all that badly, do I, now that I think about it? Because, like, Surge is white element, so I don't really need those that badly. I'm going to hold on to them, because we might need them later in the game if I want to use somebody else to have the turn white, but... Yeah, I guess I don't need them that badly, huh? That's okay. Looks like he's getting his turn every time Fiona gets her... attack off. Do I just do a 1-2? Or do I try for I'm going to try for a 3. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's okay. So I guess I could do a heal all, but I think we're probably okay for now. I don't really feel like we're at that point where we would need a heal yet. I'm not at half HP on anybody. Fiona's kind of close, but it's not that bad. Alright, Surge, you're back up. Still got that Eagle Eye, so good. Keep whacking him upside the head. He's almost done. And dash and slash. Probably get him pretty close here. Nice. I'll take it. Especially since I'm not turned, so... Okay, this should be slightly weaker because of the 2 reds on the field. Probably if I had left the red field up, like fully red, it would have... Okay, that's not even remotely anything troublesome at all. Probably because I used Imbecile on him, honestly. It's probably still in effect, since Eagle Eye's still in effect, I gotta imagine. So... Well, I mean, I hit you upside the head with an iron ladle. It's probably going to hurt a little bit. The iron is pretty strong. And there's our 10th star level. So yeah, no stats in between for this one, unfortunately. But that's okay. We should be fine. I mean, Surge got more strength, so like that's all I can really ask for. Lena got more strength too. And Fiona got a good HP level this time, and 2 strength, and 1 magic out of that level. Go Fiona! Hell yeah, little lady. Already making a splash, and you just got here. I will take it. Thanks. Yeah, but what good is that going to do you? I mean, we're... Oh, okay. Well, bleh. Well, that's kind of mean of you to do. So they wanted to test us, and then they just decided, oh well, we're just gonna, you know, do what pirates do anyway and plunder them to begin with. Okay, I see how it is, Fargo. I see how it is. Oh, I'm tripping out. Those tranquilizers must have had something in them. I mean, I was probably sweating buckets from the fact that I was having the PTSD nightmare again. But I guess I'm fine now. I wonder what's going on. Maybe the pirates are getting their comeuppance for trying to throw us into the hold? Well, it's kind of hard to stand watch when you can't see through the pea soup. Yeah, I was going to say, did you guys cross into another dimension or something? Because there ain't even no water out there. Like, you could genuinely be down in Catapult right now, and I wouldn't even... Okay. Be surprised. It's right behind me, isn't it? Goodbye, sir. Well, he is ghost food. What do you see, Lena? Yeah, I can imagine. That's not a pirate. Unless it's the pirate that was just standing up on the deck, in which case... Ah, hell. But yeah, this is why you might want the turn-white elements, is because all the enemies that we're going to be fighting now that the ghost ship has showed up to the fake ghost ship are going to be black elements. So we'll just see what happens. I guess Surge must have gotten the flu or something after fighting Fargo. Probably from the Aqua Ball. But that's okay. He'll be fine. Especially since I'm just going to dash and slash and 2 of the enemies will already be dead, so... I believe these deadbeats are the ones that drop iron for you. So, if you see them, it's probably a good idea to whack them upside the head pretty good. So, yeah, like that. And, well, we didn't lose our focus, so that's good. I guess I'll use a turn white on Fiona, because why not? But yeah, you see how Surge is still out 1.1 on his stamina? That's from the flu, so... Nice! That turn white really helped, didn't it? But yeah, this is why you use turn spells, because if we had had turn red and turn blue for the boss fight back there, it probably would have gone by a little faster. Just a thought, so... And yeah, there you go. There's 2 iron for us to use, so that's pretty good. 20 strength Surge at this point is pretty great, though. Like, that is nothing to scoff at, so... Good question, little lady. Maybe we should go find out. Alright, let's heal the flu first, though, because I feel like sneezing my way through this place. There we go. Okay. And then I think we're good. So, since we're good, let's just... I think I'll probably try to see if we can find a third accessory for Surge somewhere here. I don't really remember if there's anything particularly good, but... I mean, anything is better than nothing at all, so I'll take it, you know. Alright, let's save. I think I'm going to go turn off the air conditioner, because I'd like to actually listen to the music for a little bit. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. There we go. Might as well turn on Hunter's Nightlight while I'm at it, which I already did. So now, let's head out. See what we can plunder out of the pirate ship. Are you guys okay? Yeah, not so much for you. So what happened down here? We've got iron equipment. We'll be fine. See, and that's the thing, though, is that, like, the dialogue that would be happening here, where Lena's the one talking, oh, well, you know, they're no match against the likes of us, it would be different depending on who I bring with me. And the problem is that the more characters that you switch up, the less character development that each individual character gets, because then they're not talking so much. So, like, Lena being kind of like, nah, we're fine, like her being kind of cocky and self-confident there, it could be anybody. So the more I bring her along, the more she gets developed, but it's at the expense of the other characters. However, if I bring other characters along and they get this line, then I'm splitting the lines too thin and nobody gets good character development. So it's kind of a catch-22. But, you know, it is what it is. Use the characters that you want to use. So, okay, thanks, man. What if I go back this way? Oh. Key duty is a big responsibility, so we're going to need a key in order to get in there, but I'm going to guess this guy doesn't have the key. Okay, I will go find them then. So since we don't know who's in charge of the key, we're going to have to fight all the crossbones in order to find the guy that's in charge of the key. If I remember right, it's always the last one you talk to, but I could be wrong about that, so only one way to find out. Have Surge run a train across all the enemies. That's basically the one way to find out. just have him annihilate everybody here, and, you know, then we'll be good. I got enough for dash and slash, so I don't care if you dodged. I'll take it out on your friend instead. Goodbye. I'll let Fiona do the rest. Or I won't, because he's going to sword dance first. I was going to say, that's probably going to do some pretty good damage, too, because Surge is weak to that. But that's fine. We got him. So we should be able to use a heal all here, and that I think that's what the game will default to using, and that should heal us a little bit better. Okay, I like the +2 HP. That's nice. Yeah, there we go. Heal all. And that got us all up to full, so that's good. Got a whole bunch of iron out of it, so that's also good. But yeah, that's kind of just there in case you want to... Well, you didn't have to ask for my help. I just did it out of the goodness of my heart. But yeah, so at this point, if you want to raise any extra characters, you could always use that iron. But, you know. I'm sure something tells me that's not going to work out for you. Okay, I was going to say, well, let's go grab the treasure while he's busy with the guy, but since we ran directly back into the guy instead of going up the stairs, I guess we'll fight the crossbones first. And then we'll go get the thing that he was talking about, or the treasure that's behind him, rather. Christ almighty, Surge. Look at all the damage. I wonder if Meteorite would be enough to kill. Probably, right? We haven't taken any damage, so I'm going to go for the Gusto. Yep, definitely enough to kill. Not even a question. Alright, but if we keep this up... Okay, so Fiona's getting some great HP gains. That's good. And we keep this up, we should get our mini level pretty soon, so. I'm sure you could have, but you're welcome. There's an aqua ball. Anything over here? No. Oop. Sorry, it's that 8-way direction. Sometimes I don't exactly move in the direction that I'm pressing on the control stick, but, you know. Well, hello. It's a wraith! We're gonna encounter quite a few of these across the whole area, so might as well get used to it and just start fighting. You know. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Alright, well, guess that's gonna be a little trickier than just the one, but yeah, not by much. Nice dodge, kid. And I think a dash and slash... Well, you're almost dead, so that's fine. I think a dash and slash might be enough for you, but if it's not, then I'll just take you out next time. So. Not quite enough, but they should both be just about done, so... Man, she's got some good evasion. Not even bad. I'll take it. Okay. He was very close to Death's Door. And that unfortunate miss means Fiona has to finish the job, but that's okay. Crack the whip. And there we go. Yeah, see, that's why I'm not really super concerned about the HP that we get at star levels. All the HP you get from these mini levels more than makes up for any small gains that you get in the star levels. So, like, I mean, she's already up 20 HP from what she was at the very beginning of the stream. So, like, that's nothing to sneeze at, you know? And, I mean, her stats are not that much worse than Lena's either. Like, she's at 14 strength and 11 magic. So, her res and her M-res are pretty bad, but... I mean, she's a kid, like, she's not going to have the highest defense on the planet. That's why she dodges stuff. So, okay, well, that's locked. I guess we'll just, okay. Go down here, see what we can find. We'll have to go upstairs maybe at some point, but I think you go upstairs to come back down here, and then once you have the key, you can unlock the door, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. All right, anyway. Take care of you just about, and I wonder if a meteorite will be enough to take your friend out. Probably not, but I'll try. Nope, but okay, I was gonna say it looks like he's pretty close, but not so much. So, all right, that takes care of you, and Lena, why don't you finish the job over here? There we go. Nice and easy. This is what we get for having all that iron that we went and got. We have a little bit of a simpler time with this dungeon, so. I think I'm gonna go get Cure Pluses though after this because they're available at the shop. So like if I don't get them, I'm kind of cutting off my own nose. There's another fire pillar, and that's good because we'll be able to use that a little bit later. Basically, like the first 3 levels probably of spells, I'm planning on pretty much exclusively using buffs, debuffs, and either Fire Pillar or Arrow Saucer. And I think we get quite a large chunk of spell slots there by the end game, so that shouldn't be a huge deal for us either. So, is this locked as well? Guess we're going to find out in a minute, aren't we? Let's get through this guy first. Or these guys, as the case might be. To be fair, Surge can take out 2 of them by himself, so I'm not really super concerned. Have to heal that off, but you know, it's fine. So there goes that one. Now, I could dash and slash the other crossbones to death, but I feel like getting prior damage on the Wraith might be better. We might be able to one-round everything this way. Without it, we might not be able to one-round everything, so. Alright, next on the line. Gonna lose my focus. That's okay. Just do another 1-2. Ah, not quite enough. Okay. Maybe a turn white is in order, actually. Here you go, kid. Alright, so now she should be able to trash a few things. Yep, that works pretty good. And then a 1-2. And 3. I was gonna say, we'll just save the element power, but she missed. But that's okay. She did her best. I ain't gonna falter for that one. Surge is gonna trash everything, though, because he's got 20 strength. Like, that's absurd. That's atrocious. We're almost halfway to the strength that the speed runs for this game, like, aim for it. Because if they can get to 45 or 46 strength, you're golden. Like, you don't need anything else, basically, at that point. So, the fact that we're almost halfway there now is kind of crazy to me. Alright, that one's locked, too. So, see if one of these guys has a key. If it's not this guy, then it's going to be somebody else down the hall. So, excuse me. But if we get the key, we'll be able to go into all the extra locked doors, so that's good. Alright, this one looks like the Surge show. Because you can kind of just do this and then just get this battle over with faster. Don't need to heal if we just meteorite the guy to death. Or we didn't meteorite him to death. Probably got a low roll, because this is, yeah, I was going to say, probably going to be enough to knock him out right there. And one less screen for us to look at, because we didn't even have to heal, so there you go. You're welcome. Technically speaking, we're the people that you stuck in the hold, but yes. Well, we were going to try to take care of all the crazy things that are up here, but yeah. Okay, no clue on the key. All right, fair enough. We will go looking somewhere else. Well, we can't do anything about the fire, but we might be able to go around it if we go in that door, as long as that door is not locked. If the door is locked, I wouldn't know where we would need to go next, honestly. Because that's, I think, the whole area that we've tried to explore. So. Alright, that takes care of that. I'm surprised we haven't hit our mini level yet. Like, we've gone quite a ways without it, but that's okay. So we know that doing this will let us basically one round as long as nobody misses. Well, let's just do that and get some good damage off on this thing. Then just whack him upside the head a few more times and he should go down. Yep. And then let's do the turn whack on Fiona. So we'll still have a little element power left over and we can use it to heal once we're done. Nice. Triple digit damage for the kid. That's not even bad. I will take it. Haven't hit our mini level yet, unless those little HP gains were the mini level. Which, I mean, I guess is possible, but usually you can see it, you know? There we go. It's like, well, I can't interact with this door, but I can. I just wasn't hitting the handle on the head. Ah. Hang in there, man. We'll take care of it. And by it, I mean them, because this wraith has several friends. Whoop. Okay. Like I said, if we don't miss, we can handle this fight very easily, but if we do miss, well, that's going to be problematic. It'll be a 2-rounder instead of a 1-rounder. Take care of you real quick. Alright, now that's weird, though, because I think the other crossbones didn't die from that one meteorite attack, so does that mean they have radiant amounts of HP? I guess potentially that could be. Now, what do I know? But we did 156 with that other meteorite from full, and it didn't die, so I don't know. That's interesting, I guess. And Arrow Saucer, I guess. I could have used, you know, something that was actually effective, but that was enough. And we are absolutely raking in the gold as well. So, like, if you need it in order to buy extra elements or in order to buy extra, really anything else, then you've got it. So, there's a Panacea that cures all status effects. It's just a, it's a consumable though. So, like, it's just the one. So you're gonna have to be a little careful with that. Vent, huh? Okay, I guess I will do that. Thanks for the advice. Alright, so, is it just the one? Do you only get the one? Oh, hang on, this isn't going to help me here. Oh, you know, I didn't look at the parlor key either. A little bit of a different design from the other one. This one looks more futuristic. Oh, well. Is it just one Panacea? No, actually, they give you 5 Panaceas, so I guess at least that's not too bad, because now you've, well, got 5 if you need them, but it removes all status effects, so you don't really need all these extra other ones if you have the Panacea, but I don't know. The game doesn't really punish you for carrying a bunch of extra items around, so I'm not really too concerned about it, you know. Good question. There's a bunch of ghosts all over the ship. That's what's going on. Alright, 2 rates. Got it. Can probably handle 2 rates. Do I Magma Bomb here? I'm gonna try Magma Bomb, see if it's enough to take this guy out. I mean, we've got good magic, so I gotta imagine, yeah, it'll be enough, so. Okay, do one of these. Eat this and this. This is not what I think the enemy had in mind when he thought he was gonna be eating, because she has a ladle. So he might have thought, oh, well, she's gonna cook something for me. Yeah, she's gonna cook up your death. Well, technically speaking, Fiona's going to do that because she's whip-cracking you, but, you know. It's funny, though, I haven't even needed the AoE that I recruited her for just yet. Maybe I should have her attack first and have her use Pop, Pop, Pop to, like, sort everybody out before I do it. There's our mini level, so HP and res, that's not great, but that's a great level for Lena, a great mini level. And another great mini level for Fiona, the agility. I don't even remember what that does, but I don't think you get it very often, and she got some strength out of it too, so hey, I'll take it, you know. I think it might have something to do with your evasion, actually. Let me just check what her evasion is now that she got that. Let's see. It doesn't say here. It might say here. Nope, her evasion's still 13%, so I don't even know what agility does in this game. It's not nearly as important, though, I would imagine, as it was in Final Fantasy II. Oh, okay, they're going to throw the easy enemies at me again. The ones with the iron in hand as well. So, although I think the crossbones have been dropping iron for me to begin with, so, you know, that makes the difference. Dash and Slash, let's see if this... I mean, I know it'll deal with the Deadbeat, but does this do more damage than Meteorite +2? No, about the same. Okay. Good to know. I'm going to say, you should be just about dead, so... Anyway, just do a quick 1, 2, 3 here, get some damage off, and then do a 1 and a 2, and that's it. Okay, so any fights that we do from here on out are kind of just, okay, well, they're in my way, or... Okay, well, I needed to fight this one so that this guy could talk to me about whatever he was talking about before that happened. That's fine. I'll find the key. It's got to be around here somewhere. I can't be that far from it. Whoa. You're right, we do have more serious matters to worry about. I'll be right back. I thought I could get away with talking to him so I wouldn't have to fight the Wraith, but yeah, no, dialogue does not prevent you from getting into a battle. That's not how the Chrono series works. You can walk around during dialogue in the Chrono series, so that's we're gonna have to work on that one. All right. Anyway, let's just do some of these. Do a turn white again. Sorry, I know a lot of this is like first order strategy stuff where I'm kind of just doing the same thing in each battle, but it just kind of is the way that the game's flow works, honestly. There's a lot of physical attacking in this game because it's just usually the best option. It builds your element power up, you get good damage off on it, especially if you use turn spells like I've been using. So, you know, works pretty good. Anyway, what were we saying? Oh, okay. Yeah, do you guys have any keys? Oh, cool. I'll take that from you. Yes, please. Thanks. The key. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. So I guess that's where we're gonna get going, is we gotta go downstairs, around through the arsenal, and then back up to the deck. Doesn't look like the key is a key. Like, it doesn't look like the key is actually... What does the sign say? Oh, nothing. Okay. Where's the door handle? There we go. Drake, where's the door hole? Yeah, but it doesn't look like the key is a key item. It's just a key that we just randomly get. So we'll just, you know, go from there. Pardon, sir. Pardon, monsieur. Alright, off we go. Wonder if the Wraiths respawn. Nope, not yet. So I'm gonna guess this one I can't unlock because I can't use... Unless the key is, in fact, in my inventory. But it is not. Okay, well, whatever. I did, thanks. So I'm going to guess a lot of these doors are just going to stay locked then. Yeah. Probably we'll be able to unlock them later once we take care of all the mess that's going on. This one's available, though. What was in here? Oh, yeah. That's right. This was the first place we went to. Before we went too far. Alright, well, we found the key, so thanks for not stopping us. I do wonder why the key is in quotes, though. Like, what purpose does that serve, you know? Like, what do you think it's going to be? Something else? This guy came running at me at a pretty high speed. I wonder if there's, like, a parade of them here. It's like, okay, hide behind the cannons to not get hit by the deadbeats. Possibly. Alright, goodbye. Now drop a meteor on their head. I don't know when it happens, but there is an upgrade to the meteorite spell. That I think we get it before the halfway point of the game. It's a really solid upgrade, though, because it basically takes the meteor spell, turns it into a hitting all enemies spell, and it can inflict a status ailment. Although I think the status that it inflicts doesn't affect enemies, because as it turns out, I mentioned this previously. Oh yeah, well the enemy will probably be out for a while because they just used a spell. Actually, enemies have no stamina, so they'll never be out, quote unquote, of stamina because they use a spell. So there you go. Well, we're still good on our HP and everything. Yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are. Thanks. Sure, why not? Okay, I'll take it. Pretty good, thanks. I think if you keep drinking it, it can do other things. I think it can restore your HP, but I think it also has a chance to give you a status ailment, if I remember right, so I'm gonna keep that in mind too. Whoa. You guys stay away from me. They're faster than I am. I can't climb the stairs fast enough. Probably if I ran away from this fight, they'd just do the same thing anyway, but it's only one Wraith, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Just kind of slam a jam at it, and it should be gone. Okay, that's fine. I'll just dash and slash you, and then I should have enough to use a, yeah, I'll just use my recover all, and that'll get me back to full HP. Here you go. I love heal all spells. They're just so useful. I wonder if I should go back up and try to get into this door now that that guy's out of the way. Yeah, I didn't think so. These cannons are, well, those are the holes for the cannons, so probably not going to have anything in there, you know. Whoop, okay, don't think I'm going to, yeah, get around this guy. I probably should have gone down and around, and I would have been able to get through him. Got to duck and jive around here if I want to get around all these enemies. But it's just 2 deadbeats, so that won't take too long. As you can see here. Goodbye. Those guys have got more defense than the skeletons do, because that only did 114. I don't know if that's because of the field effect, or if they, like I said, just have more defense, but either way. A couple more iron if we so choose to need it. But I think we're okay. I don't think we need it particularly badly. I see a save point up there. Might be a good idea to stop after we get to that point. We'll see. Whoa. I mean, I guess I can just fight you guys randomly. That's fine. I wonder if I'm going to be able to... There's a character that you can recruit around here, but I'm not sure if they're available to recruit since I didn't go... You know, and I could have gone back into the manor to recruit Lucia now that I think about it as well. So, I'm not sure if the character's going to be recruitable now that I didn't go back to that. I just didn't think of that while we were in the process of going and getting everything else, so... But it is what it is, you know. Okay, just the crossbones left now. Let's let Fiona do a little work. Bit of a sword dance for you. I've got enough to use a recover all, though, so that should be fine. Because we can just recover that right off. How about we use a turn wait on Lena? How about we do this the opposite of the way we've been doing it? There you go. And then Lena, go right ahead. Slap him in the face. So I guess we're going to find out while we walk through the halls here. We'll see if the recruit is here. Oh, okay, not there. Again, time to shuck and jive. He is here. Okay, well, but he ran off, unfortunately. So. I guess since I'm in the process of recruiting these things, I may as well, you know, well, I shouldn't say things. I'm in the process of recruiting all these people, I might as well recruit them. Oh, that's a rare enemy, a tsetse fly. All right, well, I'll take it. I feel like you could probably see that somewhere else, but it might just be that because we're later on in the dungeon now, that's why we're seeing it. So, that would be my best guess, anyway. Do one of those, so we have enough to heal after the fight's over. Probably fine with that anyway, because we'll do the log. And he'll be down in a sec. Yep. Gotten a couple of gravity blows out of these guys, too. That's not terrible. It's a level 1 Dark Element spell, so later on, if you fight a bunch of White Element enemies, it wouldn't be a bad idea to, you know, do something with that, I guess. Oop, okay. Ran headlong into this guy. Probably should have paid attention to the fact that he was squaring up and around. That's fine. We'll just fight him to grab the chest, and then we'll try to avoid that wraith, and we'll go after the little guy. Must have been a strong attack. Alright, fair enough. Don't let me stop you. Go off before you bite the dust again. And then, We just dash and slash this guy. Probably knock him straight out. Nope, but pretty close. Alright, Fiona might be able to pop this time. Yes, we can, although is it necessary? No, but I might as well do it anyway. I got it, so I might as well. Eat bullet seeds. Yeah, that's not bad. So that would be 60 damage to every enemy, which is more than we were doing with Magma Bomb with Surge, so... And I mean, I guess that makes sense, because this is a physical tech, and she has as much strength as Surge has magic, so... You know. Ooh, a Hell Soul. I think that's a rare drop. I believe that's an instant death spell. I don't really use it that much, because honestly, the enemies in this game have so little HP that I don't really see the point, but... You know, you can if you want. Where did our friend go there? Is he over here? Did he run backwards? He's not there. There he is. Okay. Like, wait a minute. Well, I can't beat the shit out of you without... Or wait a minute. No, I don't think I would want to beat the shit out of you. Yeah, what are you doing in a ghost ship, kid? How do you even know what a stowaway is? He's got a speech impediment as well, as you can see. He cannot pronounce the letter L. He replaces it with a W. I see that. Well, hey, if you're spooked, sometimes it's easier to be spooked around friends, because then you won't be as spooked, because you can just, I don't know, jump into their arms like Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I think I saw you in Lucia's lab before, huh? I mean, sure, why not? We're on a journey of our own, so... If you say we don't need your company, he basically says, too bad, I'm coming with you anyway. So, there you go. And Pip joins our party. So Pip is a very interesting character, but he's marred by the fact that he requires a lot of work to get good, and the fact that he is very, very glitchy, even in the Radical Dreamers edition. As far as I'm aware, they fixed some of the glitches, but not all of them with him. Like, I think if I remember right, in the Radical Dreamers edition, they fixed the glitches with his element grid, but his stats still end up being just the stats that are... Like, his stats end up getting messed up, because this is the character that I mentioned in Lucia's lab, where he evolves in battle based on the spells that you use with him. So he's very interesting in theory. He doesn't have great stats, but he's versatile, and obviously he's got some pretty great agility to go with it, so that's pretty nice. He can, I think, use child-exclusive equipment as well, so that extra agility and then the evasion should help him. It's just the problem of using him is the fact that you need to use so many spells in order to get him to evolve. And I'm not sure if I want to spend the time to do it. I haven't figured that out yet, whether I want to do that off-screen and just, like, grind him up, but that seems like a waste, honestly, so I don't really know yet. I do know how I would want to raise him if I did, though. And I guess I can explain it while I'm just sitting here. So the way that he works is you cast spells with him. Are you just going to hang out here for a little bit? Or yeah, I guess he's just going to hang out here for a little bit until we take him off the ship. Like, you just wait here until we clear the path, and then you can come up with us once we're out of here. How about that? So, Pip. Let's go find him first. He's got to be around here somewhere. Probably closer to the bottom. Yeah, he is the bottom character. Okay, fair enough. I wonder if that says anything about him. So he starts off in base form, which is the form you see here. And I mean, his stats are okay. They're fine. There's nothing particularly wrong with them. They're not going to be exorbitantly good, but this is not a game where you need anybody to be exorbitantly good. You can kind of just go through it with whatever and be perfectly fine. He starts out as a white innate character, and his grid is... It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. So the way that he works is you cast spells with him, or you cast spells with other characters. Every spell that he sees being used by your characters in battle, he gets a certain number of points towards his evolution. So if another character uses a spell, he gets, I believe it's 1 point for watching them use it. If the spell is used on him, he gets 1 more point for the spell being used on him. If he's the one using the spell, he gets 2 points. So basically the maximum he can get is if he uses a spell on himself. So if he buffs himself with a spell, he'll get 3 points towards that element. He can evolve in two different directions. He can evolve, if you use a bunch of white, green, and blue spells, he'll evolve into a more angelic form. You have to use those 120 times total between all three of the elements to get him to evolve into an angelic form. And then 300 more times after that to get him to evolve again into the archangel form. You could also evolve him in the opposite direction. You can use black, red, and yellow element spells with him, 120 of each, not of each one, 120 total between the three, to get him to evolve into his devil form. Angel form is better at magic, devil form is better at physical. And then if you keep using it, so after you use 120 black, red, or yellow, you can use 300 more points worth of black, red, and yellow. So basically, you have to cast a total of 40 spells that are either black, red, and yellow to get the devil form, or 40 spells that are white, green, and blue to get to angel form. Then you need to cast 100 more spells to get him to his next form. Now, if you switch it up and you say, okay, well, I evolved him into angel form, but now I'm going to use black, red, and yellow forms. He has a middle form called a holy beast form. It's kind of a weird conglomeration form that I don't think particularly looks very good, but you could use it if you want. But the way that it works is that if he fully evolves, he gets an exclusive level 7 personal skill, an exclusive level 7 tech that depends on his form, basically. I'm not really super concerned about that part. The thing that I would probably want to use Pip for a little bit more is his level 5 personal skill, his level 5 tech. It's called Soothe. It's an AoE healing spell, so like a heal all or a recover all, but it also recovers stamina, which is very interesting because I don't think there are any other spells in the game that recover both HP and stamina at the same time. So that's pretty great utility for him. And I don't know, I might want to do that for him, but that would be if I was to use him. Additionally, so, you know, you cast white, green, or blue spells to get him to angel form. You cast black, red, or yellow spells to get him to the devil form. His innate color changes when you evolve him. So you might think, okay, so if he's in angel form, he can only ever be white, green, or blue, and if he's in devil form, he can only ever be black, red, or yellow. If he's in holy beast form, he could be in any of them, depending on what you cast. That would be where you'd be incorrect, though, because Pip's form that he takes, his evolution, is based on the spells that you cast collectively. So if you like I said, you cast a bunch of white, green, or blue, he'll turn into angel. You cast a bunch of black, red, or yellow, he'll turn into devil, and so on and so forth. But his innate color is based on the family of spells that you used the most. Normally, that would be, you know, one of the 3 that you use to evolve him, but you don't have to do it that way. You can tally up points for any of the innate colors, and then as long as he reaches a total of 120 points for, you know, one of those 6, he'll turn into that form. But his innate color will be based on whichever ones he casts the most. So let's say, for example, I'll give you the example that I was going to use if I was going to use him. Let's say, for example, you want him to be in angel form, and then eventually archangel form. So you cast a bunch of white, green, and blue spells. However, while you're casting a bunch of white, green, and blue spells, so you cast a total of 14 spells, or not 14 spells, 40 spells to get him to 120 points in white, green, and blue. But while you're doing that, you cast an additional 17 spells, and that was just for safety. You probably could get away with just 15 spells, that are specifically black element. So like, let's say I cast turn white, turn green, and turn blue 14 times each. So they've each got 42 points towards them if Pip uses them. Then I use, well, not then, before I finish casting all of those, I have him cast turn black on himself 17 times, or 15 times is probably fine, but I was doing 17 just for safety. When he evolves into angel form, the game will look back and say, okay, which of the 6 elements did you use the most? And it'll see that he's used black element spells the most. So it will change his innate to black element, even though he started as a white element innate. And even though he turned into angel form, he will still be black element innate. So that was the plan. The plan with Pip, if I was to use him, I made a plan and I said, maybe I will, maybe I won't, was to turn him into angel form and then eventually archangel form, but have him be a black element innate character, which would mean I need to cast 40 plus, I said 17 for safety, so that's 57 spells to get him to angel form, black innate, then cast another 100 spells to get him to Archangel, but I'd also need to cast more black innate spells to get him there. So if I'd cast 100 spells total between all three, that'd be like 33, 33, and 34. So I'd need to cast, I don't know, like 36 black element spells to make sure that he was still black innate when he went to Archangel form. So that's like what? 136 plus 53. Is that what I said there? 136 plus 40 times 17. 136 plus 57. So that's 193 spells. And you can see how this is a bit of a problem, because that's a lot of spells to cast. I mean, granted, if you just had Pip go first in every fight and said, okay, 1, 2, 3, cast a spell, 1, 2, 3, cast a spell, you'd probably be able to do it eventually. It's just a lot of work, and I don't know if I want to put in the work when I can, just as easily use a different character later. We have 3 characters that are working pretty well for us right now. I'd kind of rather just focus on these 3, at least for a while. So my thoughts on Pip is that he's a very interesting character. I just wish he was in a game that gave you the time to actually put in the work with him. Chrono Cross as a game, I don't know if it's really that it's not long enough, or if it's just that you don't have to fight enough battles to really put in the work with him. Because once you get those mini levels, you really don't need to fight anything anymore. Like, that's it, you just can kind of go from there and you're done. But there it is. That's the Pip explanation, basically. So, at the very least, I've told all of you how you could use him if you want to use him. And I was just thinking about this. I should probably, because I think, didn't I have? Yeah, I have a Photon Ray +1 there. Oh, I have a slot for it, so I can actually stick Photon Beam here now if I want. I think I'm going to stick another Magma Bomb here, though, because you've already got, not Magma Burst. I guess I've got an extra Meteorite as well, but I've got a million Magma Bombs, so I think I'm going to stick that there, and then stick a Photon Beam here. Photon Beam, Photon Beam. That's Photon Ray. There it is. We've got 2 of them, so might as well stick it there. And then, what did you have? Okay, another Magma Bomb for you, for here. We have so many of them. The game gave me 7 million of them. And then I kind of want to go off of your higher magic, so I think I'm going to give you the other Photon Beam for now. We really don't need them that badly, but, I mean, since we've got the extra room, I might as well make some space for it, So, you can have the other Meteorite here. Although you've got a second slot up in the next thing, so maybe we'll just give you a Magma Bomb. And then go up here and give you the Meteorite. There we go. Okay, we're all allocated. I gave you my explanation on Pip just in case you want to use him. I'm not 100% convinced that I'll even bother. I don't think I will, but we have more important things to worry about, like getting off of this damn ghost ship without these things sucking the soul out of us like Radius told us to be worried about. So hopefully we can manage that one on the next episode of Chrono Cross, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I will post the schedule up on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord shortly after the description is done for this episode, so that way everybody can see, but it'll be on Monday. I don't have that much homework left to do, but I have to do quadratic formula stuff after this, and that's not necessarily hard, it's just time-consuming to do, so that might take a little while, and I have to read a chapter tomorrow as well, so I'll just give myself the extra time. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will most likely be on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Man, I really hope that this mist isn't, like, also sucking the soul out of us, because I'm about to leave these people here for 2 days. If I come back and we're, like, skeletons, I might be a little pissed.